Okay, guys, here we go. So, since the beginning of our wonderful journey together, we have. Hold on, it's still not loading, so there's going to be another awkward silence. This is unfortunate.
Just play the theme music. Go, Carly.
That's all I got. I don't remember anymore.
If you like to waltz with
No.
Okay, finally, I'm sorry.
Nala, I'm sending you a reminder about something from last session.
A reminder about something from last session.
Oh yeah, Kanari, didn't we have secrets or something? Or was that like way long ago?
Do you just want to feel included?
Do you not have like your notes of secrets that you know and stuff?
All the secrets have been over text, so they're gone.
That's your fault. You should have written them down separately.
Well, they weren't like important secrets. They were just like hush hush, like, ooh, cool.
Well, apparently you don't know whether they were or not because you don't remember them. Anyway.
Well, no, I just don't.
This session, crawlers and cruelty. Since we began, a monk called Kanari Tai, a schoolboy named Nemazine Tao, an herbalist's daughter, and banished tribe princess called Karhale Bearsbane found themselves whisked away by an elven mad prince called Raoden Coel, a high prince of Elfkar. Meanwhile, a young archaeologist called Enala Grenshard embarked on a mission to find a relic to soothe the ire of the underworld's king in Elfkar. These three hirelings of the prince are told by the madman himself that he's cursed their souls. You three will die, according to him, unless you find and return the Aeltress within 6 months. This purple stone, he knows, was stolen by the Tallans. The three marked ones involuntarily begin their mission to Tal, finding and rescuing a little soldier boy named Atoll. Also meeting along the way a hermit called Narcissus of Daelem. This elven man was a part of Raoden's personal circle of friends, which Enala knew and had told you all included her formerly enslaved father. Darian and Darius also included in this group. The marked ones' travels included the encounter with a protector of the material plane called Young, later found to be a monstrous creature known as a Red Oni. This monster was seeking an age-old relic called the Stygian Amulet, a relic of the Dark Days wielded most recently, while still thousands years prior, by a mythical figure known as Xian Wei, a man of old legends that tried to destroy the world, but only succeeded in destroying himself. You all fight and defeat Yang, and after he tries to leverage Atoll against you, discovering she was a girl all along, you go through many trials of the Telendrian Temple, focused around the idea of honor and heroism, passing them and gaining many items, including a broken Stygian. Only a little while prior, Enala had found and passed the same trials to take only a piece of the Stygian, to ensure that no one would ever be able to use it to its full capacity. Continuing on, the marked ones meet a man called Ahura, who they find is of the Ati tribe where Enora was raised. They meet Enala, who is taken prisoner by the Dao Druid tribe. After the tribe threatens and cajoles your group, the Stygian ends up being traded to the tribe for your freedom. You all are led into a trap by a bitter tribesman and fight them off, getting away from the tribe, while still seeing signs of destruction from the tribe as you guys leave in the distance. You guys progress to Aran, where Karhale meets and tethers herself to the herbalist's son, Jaskier. Then, Kanari met an aged former acolyte named Sazid. Enala fought a battle alongside some ethereal, and Nemo met Marok. Many things happened, but you all leave the town with a caravan for the Alar Adi family, leading to the Cien household. Some civil strife happens between you all and Echo and the caravan, but you convince them of your innocence after a Shaitan attack, which the Stygian is stolen through. Cien household happens. You guys, Nemo is taken by Nide, and Nide seems to have some sort of intentions with Nemo, but Nemo is poisoned with this stuff that makes him forget everything that happens. There's a fight that breaks out. You guys fight with Lusitania. You guys find out Konotash Konotash is there, which is Kanari's father, and he's working with Lusitania. And there's a monster that Lusitania was raising down below that eats magic users, children specifically in this case, and save Yili's life. Multiple things happen, and the outcome of all of that being you guys are now known as the Shadow's End. Lusitania, you find out from Give, is a blue Oni, as well as Give being a blue Oni. And Oni themselves being a race of creatures that are what the term Shaitan comes from. The term Shaitan originally being used to describe Oni, now used to kind of describe almost any kind of creature that's evil and dark. But the Oni are the original form of Shaitan. And Nide himself, Lusitania being blue Oni, as well as Give, a part of the color in their race that are more knowledgeable, more revolving around the idea of magic, whereas red Oni are more powerful, more vicious, and white Oni were known to be more protectors, and they're the ones that are known as protectors of the material plane, the white ones. Let's see, where was I? Give, incidentally, is your contact for Raoden, the one that you guys were supposed to meet in the capital to find out more about the Aeltress and where it's at and stuff like that. And was returning to the capital to meet up with you guys without realizing you guys would actually come down from the east side, since you guys teleported to a temple instead of going through coming from the west. Let's see. You guys are now heroes with your name, beginning the process of filtering into people's minds and legends. The magical creatures of the desert, Soars, seem to think you guys are being used by someone, but that you guys will fail in whatever it is you're being used for. You come to the Gezuda Springs, which is a way stop for traveling caravans, and you guys discover a hidden entrance into the tall, towering stone. And while almost bringing it down, you find a secret is kept within for followers of Taylor to discover. Atoll not yet far enough in her journey as champion of honor to open it, in essence. You guys make it to the capital after dropping Yili off with Lucia of the Alar Adi, and Lucia requests you all to contact the Ethereal about her. Karhale speaks with Jaskier after Give scries on him, finding him to be almost dead. But when Karhale contacts him, he does not die. And she's able to talk with him after the outcome of which Jaskier seems to be agreeable to Karhale's mindset. Specifically left with the idea of contacting and maybe even working with the Ethereal. Let's see. At the capital, you enter under. I can't speak. At the capital, you guys enter under the corpses of magic users, a foreboding welcome to the city. And last night, you all went to sleep in the safety of an inn, but apparently someone had been waiting for your entrance to the capital, being that someone was sent to kill you guys. A hit was put out upon you, now you guys know. But in the middle of the night, an assassin sneaked into your rooms and dealt Atoll a killing blow before fleeing. Atoll whispered her last words to Karhale, and her world, Karhale's world perspective shifts in a single night of shouting at Taylor's moon. Kanari and Nemo pursues the killer, and they are led into a seeming trap where the killer's friends lie in wait. Kanari discovers the Painter's Guild and a name, and Nemo deals the final blow, digging into the killer's soul. Karhale and Anala arrive just in time for the patrolling force of the city, known as Crawlers, as they spring into the alley after being alerted to the dangerous disturbance. Nemo goes invisible. Anala is run down by these Crawlers, these giant lizard creatures that are with the crawler, the men themselves astride the lizards. You're run down with Kanari and Karhale specifically, holding Atoll. Starting with Nemo, as we begin this. So many words. Nemo, before we jump back to where the present is, being you have magically gone invisible and you're kind of trailing behind Anala as she's run down by these lizard creatures. They don't see you, you're unseen and all of that. But right before, when you start casting to go invisible, when you realize the crawlers are coming in, coming down into the alley, and you start casting it, the color that's coming out, that's emanating from the spider cracking in your chest, it was blue, and it's been blue this whole time. The only time it shifted in color was a little while ago in the CN household when you were hit by a magical explosion, and this chaotic magical energy flowed through you and should have had an effect at the moment, but instead the whispers of purplish energy sank into your chest and stayed there, shifting the color of the spider cracks a little bit more purple and then changing back to blue. At this moment, as you're casting invisibility and right before your magic takes, you see, smell, feel a whisper of purplish energy coming out of your chest and into the air and sinking into the body that's at your feet, the body of Pyrus. The name that you know now being that you heard it in the little earpiece that was used to communicate between the assassins, and the one that you're holding. You know that there's another earring that's on the ground somewhere, but it's kind of just among the pebbles at this point. But you see this whisper of energy sink into the body, the dead body. But then you go invisible and all of the adrenaline of being chased down by these crawlers happens and you take off down following after Anala.
When was the last time that purple happened? Or what happened the
That
last
was
time?
way back when. Basically, just to remind you that there was this chaotic energy that slammed into you, and while Karhale and Anala rolled on the magic table and something occurred, nothing had occurred for you. Rather, it was something pending. So whatever it is, you don't know. But that pending has now come about. Yes. So that's just to explain to you meta more so what this came from, whatever it will be. But circling back now, Anala, you've been run down by these crawlers. There are presently 4 men astride these Komodo lizards, and these lizards being super freaking fast, 70 feet movement speed, and at double dash 140, being that they run you guys down easy as they circle in front of you, and you kind of like come to like full stop. Kanari running up beside you and being like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're alive. I'm so glad that they didn't kill you." Really pouring it on thick, trying to like give the impression that you guys are the victims here, not the attackers, being that there's a body laying dead in the street or in the alleyway. And Nemo behind you has gone invisible. He's nowhere to be found, so you don't know where he is, or if even he is still here. Karhale, you are holding a dead body of a child in your arms as you come to the little grouping of Kanari and Anala, being surrounded by these lizards. One of these Komodo lizards kind of jumping over you guys, leaping and landing on the outside of this alley, so you guys are kind of like at that T of the alley going in, but surrounded on all sides.
At the end of the last session, I had just yelled at the guards, and I was able to roll a persuasion check.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember how that went.
I'm pretty sure the persuasion ended successfully.
It was a really good roll.
Yeah, I remember it being successful. What did you say? I forget. Do you know? Or like what was the intention with it? I just listened to it too.
I wanted them to go after the other 2 that were getting away. I said something like,
"That's what it was.
Doing? They're getting away."
Something like that.
They were acting like they're gonna arrest us, and I'm confused why they're arresting us and letting the other guys get away.
And it was very persuasive. Okay, so we'll start this interaction being that they're coming into it. You were very persuasive because I remember it being a higher roll. Kanari is pouring it on thick. I remember being an okay roll, not a bad one, not a great one. And then Anala had tried to hide, which is a little bit of a sus move. But since there was nowhere to hide, you didn't end up doing anything. So there was this like darting around of someone who's used to like running and fleeing in the signs of danger and stuff, but having to stand their ground. And Nemo's still invisible. These guys kind of closing in on you guys. First person to speak is a woman, a woman with her hair is pulled back. It's a little bit mousy brown. It's shorter, pulled back into a small little ponytail. But she looks pretty tough. She's like got tightened lines, kind of leathery skin of being out in the sun often. And her eyes are very like no nonsense, tight lips, but seemingly a little bit sympathetic in when her eyes fall on Karhale and a dead child. And the suspicion doesn't quite rise to her eyes, as in she takes in the idea that Karhale is holding a friend, probably not someone that she's killed, but it's still kind of a weird situation for them to come to. So this woman, she's the one who landed on the lizard behind you guys, kind of cutting off any exit for you guys. She's going to shout out to the three of you guys that she can see, what exactly is going on here? We were called for a disturbance going on in this alley by some of the night walkers. What's going on? Who is that?
These thugs broke into our room and they robbed us. And they got a toll.
Atoll is the child. She's going to actually bend down to her mount, the lizard, pat it, whisper something into its ear, and she's going to jump off of the side of it and walk over to you. And it's a non-threatening walk. She's just going to come closer so that she's able to interact with you one-on-one. The other three, there's two that are a little bit farther back in the alley that are just kind of there in case something problematic comes up. But only one more mounted lizard comes closer, this one holding a man who seems to be a little bit older than the woman that you're speaking to, a little bit grayed, sideburns, salt and pepper, hair, darker skin. And he's going to also come off of his mount and come nearer to you guys. And he's actually going to comment, Katine, what's going on? What did they say? And he's going to be the one that had initially been running down Inala specifically. But comes up to you guys. She'll relay what you told her. And he's going to look on with a little bit more suspicion. This woman seems, her name Katine apparently, she seems to be looking on with more open sympathy of seeing a dead child in your arms. He's going to be censuring this a little bit more. And she's going to go, when did this happen? What time did this occur?
Like 3 minutes ago. Yeah.
Do you mind? And she's going to reach forward to kind of check the body herself.
She's very hesitant and doesn't quite like let her go, but she'll let her look.
The woman is very careful to be as respectful as she can as she checks the pulse and she checks kind of the damage. She sees where the blood's coming from and she sees that, kind of just checking what kind of wound it was, how it was made. And you said this child's name is Atoll. Do you have a full name?
Atoll Barden.
Okay. She kind of nods at her partner, and he pulls out a small notepad and starts writing things down. Your names?
Kanari's mind linking with Inala and Karhala and saying no real names here for us, basically.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to record.
I was planning that for me, but I wanted to make sure that this kid actually, if they're going to take her from us, that they're actually going to send her home.
That's fine, but Kanari's just like, we should not have her. Anyway, yeah, so that's what she does to you guys, with you.
So are the names that you guys are going to give them, because they'll ask you your names and we can just go over that for brevity. Will they be the same names that you guys gave the guards entering the city or different names?
I'm going to use a different one.
Okay.
If Karhala goes first and gives a different one, well, I mean, no, I'll probably get the same one because I mean,
I'll use the,
we just entered the city,
okay.
like.
Okay, so
and
it's different name for Karhala, same names for Kanari and Inala. Nemo's not involved, so they're going to record those names. God, what's the next thing they're going to ask? So you're saying that the body down there, was involved in this? Was this the killer of this child?
Yes, I chased it down, wondering like what they were doing and trying to keep them away from everybody else. And they did not like that I was chasing them. Let's just say that. Because Kanari has some serious wounds. She's barely, standing up. I mean, she's tough, but she looks like she's taking a beating.
The man that's standing kind of beside her taking notes on this, he is kind of glowering at all of you guys. Kind of just looking a lot more menacing, trying to be at least over her shoulder. So he's going to roll an insight check on you guys. Namely to determine truth and of the names and whatnot, but then also of the situation going on itself. So all of you guys go ahead and roll me either deception or persuasion based on what you think is going to be more so overtaking this conversation. It'll be more of a group check. So you guys will be kind of helping or hurting one another as a group rather than singularly.
14.
16.
Okay.
19.
Okay. That's going to be
Sorry,
a success.
30-20. My B.
A success overall. So he's going to be glowering at you guys as you guys are kind of recounting the story of what's happened here. And the woman in front of you, Katine, she's going to also do her own. And you guys also similarly pass her version of an insight check.
Ooh.
And you guys see simultaneously both of these night crawlers, their visual cues of suspicion and kind of just general, police normal investigative inquiry kind of settling into these are the victims, these are not the attackers in this case. Katine herself is going to lean in. So, do you know any family members of this child? Does she have kin that need to be informed of this?
I know she has a mother and a younger brother. Her father was he was in the military, I believe.
In the military.
And
do you happen to know his name?
I don't know his name. She didn't talk much about him other than that he died.
What was the last name again?
Barden.
Barden? We'll look into any military Bardens, but it's not a very uncommon name. Where will you be staying? We can get back to you as the investigation progresses.
I'll turn back to the other two.
Should we really go back there? They attacked us at the inn that we were staying at. It is the middle of the night.
If they want to leave messages there, we can go back and check, and see. And I don't know where else we'd go at this point for right now.
We can set up a watch.
Is the mind link still open with Kanari or no?
She is connected Inala and Karhale. Mm-hmm. So Nemo, you have no way of speaking to her unless you poke her and then engage her to connect to you, I guess. Which you could do. You are presently invisible.
Yeah. Okay.
So as they're kind of interacting and gathering information from you guys see the other two mounted crawlers going back deeper into the alley, back to where the body is, and they start to examine the area. And one of them does call back and say, calling out, "Yo, Glower, there was a body here, right? When we came down, there was a body." and he's gonna turn around, kind of in confusion, breaking off with what you guys are saying, and he's gonna look back, and
The body's
there's
gone.
gonna be confusion for all of them. There is no more body there. The place
Did
where
Nemo
Pyrus
take the body?
was left behind, no body is present.
What? There's no. What happened? There's no body left.
I see
We
a
were
mark
just-
on the ground where a body fell, but there's no body. And I see what looks to be maybe blood smears as it was dragged, but there's no body.
His friends probably took him. They wanted to keep them, you guys, from finding them. Is my best guess. There was more than just one.
How many were there?
Do you know their names?
I think I heard 2, 3, maybe.
Any names or characteristics that we can use to determine who they were? Track them down again.
Unfortunately, it was such a brief encounter. I don't really know.
I will say Nemo does know. He did hear names.
She knows.
I heard
Nari
names.
also knows.
She doesn't.
Okay.
She doesn't want them knowing they're connected to the crime syndicates with a bounty on their heads.
Okay, got it. And you guys rolled high in your guys' thing, and they didn't roll high enough to insight better than you guys right now. So they're going to be nodding along with what you guys are saying to them. And you guys don't seem to be in trouble with the police for this. So
For the first time in
Let's
forever.
is there any information?
Trouble.
Any leads you guys want them to pursue, because they are going to be the police investigative force into this. Like kids dying in the middle of the night is something that they don't want happening in their city. In general, they are not against you in this. They are for the, bringing whoever killed this child to justice situation. So is there anything you guys want to give them? Or will you guys be kind of just, we don't really know anything, what's going on. All we have is her name. We don't know why she was killed, stuff like that.
What was the name of the lady again?
Her name's Katine.
Mm-hmm.
Katine, if I could have a word.
Of course. And she's gonna make a face at Glower, the man behind her, and he's gonna nod, continue collecting the same information from you guys, as she'll step away with Karhale. What would you like to tell me?
I don't really think this was anything more than a robbery gone wrong. I think they just underestimated who they were stealing from.
I see.
We're honestly nothing special. We're just a couple
She gives you a look
sellswords.
up and down. You seem like someone who can take care of yourself. So you're saying that this was just a fluke in the night. Unfortunate for all involved, but mostly her?
Mostly her. And anyone connected to the one who killed her, because they're going to be brought to justice, whether by your hand or mine.
We'll do our best to look into this. But freak accidents, not accidents, but freak incidents like this tend to happen in this city, unfortunately. Without anything to go on, I can't see us bringing you any information that would be of help to finding out who did this. My apologies that we can't do more.
Look, is there anything that we can do at maybe one of the bigger temples to help her?
To help someone already gone? She's gonna roll religion check. That's a natural one. She's gonna say, I've never heard of someone being able to be brought back this far gone. I'm sorry. I've lost some people of my own. But the only thing you can do is to remember them.
You haven't heard of it yet.
And I'll walk back to them.
She's going to come back to the group, and as a group tell you guys, the only lead that I can think of possibly pursuing to find out who killed this child is the Thieves Guild. If you guys were being robbed, normally that comes from one source. They keep a monopoly over the art of thievery. So we'll look into them. But that's as far as that I can possibly think of as a lead for this. Unless you guys know anything else. And she's going to actually implore you guys again and roll an insight on you guys to see if you guys know any more information. Do you know anything more? And
I don't know anything more. I don't know anything.
Carhali doesn't. That is true. Kanari.
18.
That's good. That's better than her. Just barely. She rolled way better this time. Okay, so she's gonna nod.
Kanari's used to lying in the monastery to avoid trouble. She's just kind of like,
oh yeah. Hey,
Inala doesn't know anything either.
True. And you guys have no reason to trust like an authority like this in this kind of situation. Like, there's no reason.
It was a brief interaction. I didn't get their life story, unfortunately, but we appreciate all that you're doing to try to figure out why this went so terribly wrong.
I'm gonna take Kanari's shoulder.
You got him, right? The one who killed her. You got him.
And then in your head, she's like, yeah, no, I did. Me and Nemo, technically, but mostly me.
Some of the other crawlers are going to come back, and they're going to. One of them will come up to Katine, and he's going to hand her what looks to be a little earring. This is the only thing I could really find beyond these, and he hands some like arrow shafts and stuff like that too. Some arrow shafts and a ring, an earring, and she's gonna say, okay, nicer make all of these. We'll do some more research. We'll get back to you if we have any progress in the investigation. So,
I could have sworn that one of you picked it up.
Nemo wasn't even close enough.
Nemo has one.
There are two.
Nemo has one.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there was another. I was gonna say I could have sworn somebody picked one up.
Yeah.
One of the assassins, while arguing with their partner, had pulled out the earring and tossed it on the ground as they continued trying to kill Nemo because Nemo had finally killed her friend. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so that's the one that got thrown onto the ground.
And Katine's
going to pocket
Nemo pulled the one off the
information. Body. Yes, he has the one off the body. She's going to pocket what she does, the arrow shafts and whatnot, wrap them in cloth and everything. And they're going to kind of bid you guys goodnight, to stay safe and to stay out of trouble. Her eyes more so falling on Carhali after the parting, like they will pay for this kind of deal. But they're going to let you guys be for the evening.
You're valid.
And they're going to climb back onto those lizards, and those lizards will climb straight up a vertical side of a building, sticking like cleanly to the surface of it as they crawl away like that. It's kind of scary how fast these things move. They're going to disappear into the night. For you guys, what are you guys going to do?
Kanari's going to turn to Carhali and be like, she's really dead? That's it? There's nothing... Where'd you go? What happened?
Where's Nemo?
I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna try to sense him.
Are they all gone at this point, or how far?
Yes, the crawlers are gone.
They're completely gone. Okay. The thing is, I don't think I would have. Okay, yeah. I'll just come out from being whatever.
So you drop the invisibility?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's right over there, I think.
What's it called? Carhali, you see Nemo appear out of thin air.
What happened?
I
You did.
I don't know how he's gone.
We killed him. Like I
You
fell
didn't
on
move
his
him?
face from like 3 stories high. There's no way he survived that.
So where did
Nemo,
he go?
You did not move him, right?
No, something happened afterwards. There was like a little puff of energy, but it definitely wasn't enough to
Energy,
reanimate
What did you
him.
do?
It was magical in a way.
Sorry, you both spoke on top of each other.
What do you mean by puff of energy?
I don't know.
He
There
just-
was
What did
some.
you do?
I didn't do anything. There was just
That you know
some
of.
energy entered his body. But like I said, it wasn't
there's-
enough energy to reanimate him. I can't like.
Because there's
Okay,
no
I
way
don't-
that his buddies came back and stole him under the nose of those lizards.
I don't really care about that right now. Nemo, you know magic. Is there anything? I don't care what the consequences are. I don't care what the cost is. Is there any way I can bring her back?
Barring some intervention from a god or something, I don't know. I mean,
Gods don't
they
seem
do
to
have.
intervene in our lives for anything good.
I mean, there is
The
magic,
gods.
but it's far beyond anything I can do and anyone I've ever seen do.
Is it beyond anyone? Can I track someone down to do something?
Anyone who wants to can roll a religion or arcana check about if you think
About what?
About what?
You're kind
resurrection.
of like underwater.
I will just to
resurrection spells. Religion
know.
or arcana. Over the knowledge that you guys would have about resurrection in this world.
Oh, wow.
Can I roll for that or no?
Mhm.
Okay, well, I got a
I
21
think
for religion.
I'm the only one who
That's
I'm
nice.
the only one who doesn't qualify to roll for that.
I got a natural 20, so 23.
What? Whoa. Okay.
21 and
Okay.
23.
21 and 23.
Yeah.
Could I argue this would be insightful as it is insightful magic?
Insightful as in insightful magic? What?
It's
As in, you
insight
want to
of my
roll an
own-
insight check?
Yes.
That's not how
Rather
insight
than-
works.
Well,
Insight of myself.
I can kind of see what you're coming through. Like,
That's
coming
me
through,
introspect.
like whether you would have the introspection. Okay, roll insight, introspection into
Oh my
yourself
gosh.
as to whether you would have the power to do something like this.
22 then.
22.
I was hoping
Y'all
you failed.
better know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so from different
Well, I
walks
know,
of life,
it's just-
starting with Nemo, as far as you know, you do know that the power of growing up in school, what they taught you about magic and everything is that there's always magic can make almost anything possible. There are certain things that magic can't do, but those are very, very slim to none. And when you come to the limits of magic, it's more so because of the limits of maybe the magic user or the limits of, say, the magical power source that they're using to do whatever it is. As far as you know in science books, magic books, and everything, the only problem with resurrection has only ever come in the form of a lack of power in the user. So you probably, knowing this, you know you're probably not quite powerful enough to do something like this, not yet. And you could probably, cultivate more power to become powerful enough to do something like this. But beyond that, the other problem that you've always known within history to be the problem with resurrection spells is that a power source to bring a soul back, people don't really know what it is. It kind of falls under the realm of old magic, like Hestrian age magic, which has pretty much been lost. And so people don't really, any attempts at a resurrection spell since then, according to the books, have not been successful because they don't know what amount of power is enough, or whatever they have tried hasn't been enough, and they don't know how to quite seal the deal to bring someone back, to pay for a soul, to drag a soul back. And that would fall under what you now know to be Cielmancy, as something that you're starting to discover in the knowledge of a creature that you still don't quite understand. Yes, outside power. So that's what you know. But it is possible you're just not powerful enough yet, and you would need to find how to power that spell, because it exists, but it's not quite there.
You're muted, Canary.
So going to Anala with 23 and your side of things. Similar things to what Nemo knows of the history books. You know that. On top of that, you do know that, what's it called? Yeah, so on top of that, you do know that Xian Wei is the person who had recreated the age-old Hestrian magical spell of a resurrection. And he's the one who had put that to a test, and it had seemingly failed. You're not actually sure. It was always kind of unsure. Some accounts say that he succeeded, and some accounts say that he failed. The official accounts, people assume that he must have failed because he died eventually, and it must have meant that a lot of his rituals weren't succeeding and stuff like that. So they assume that such a big, powerful ritual must have failed. But some legends still say that he succeeded in bringing back someone that he loved, and brought them back to life again. You're not sure whether that was because he had found an alternate power source of some sort, or some sort of deal with a deity of some sort. You don't know. Kanari, you have heard of a resurrection that's happened in the past. Something whispered about within the acolytes themselves. And looking back, that resurrection was of a specific figure within Tal, the person who founded the country itself. They had died and they had come back again, seemingly multiple times. But that's the only knowledge that you have of resurrection. The natural 20 was super good, but it's not necessarily something that you would have known about the academic side of things and the academic histories and stuff like that. But the knowledge you do have because of that natural 20 is that the founder of Tal somehow has come back to life repeatedly. You don't know how or why, but it's been whispered about by the acolytes. And so, circling back to the present, that's what you guys know as you guys ponder on this and think about it.
So essentially, yeah, what I told you, Garhale. I mean, there's probably someone who could attempt it, but it's
so rare.
I definitely don't know anyone.
What about Raiden? He's crazy.
I don't think he's even strong enough to really do that, honestly.
My dad never mentioned him being able to do something like that, but I mean, what do I know, right? So anything's possible.
You could reach out. I mean, Raiden is the closest thing we have to a overbearing.
You could
deity.
Closest thing we have to an overbearing deity.
The gods aren't going to do anything. They never have. They never will.
Besides ruin our day, just saying.
You have a good point.
But she's really gone. I mean,
yes, Kanari.
I don't know. I just thought I've never.
I'm not good enough of a healer. No, I couldn't do anything.
Ty in the back of your mind, Kanari, is going to whisper, I'm sorry, I can't do anything either.
Kanari's gonna walk like 5 feet away and just as hard as she can punch the wall.
The whole wall shivers with the impact, and your hand starts to bleed, and the pain itself is soothing.
Goddess of Factions, could you check your textual?
Oh, that sounded. Never mind. Goddess of Factions, could you text?
The way I see it, we have two options. We can accept it, give her a proper funeral, and grieve like normal people, or we can try to track down someone.
As a parting thing, I forgot to mention, Katine would have given you this ward's funeral director, like a funeral home. She would have sent you, basically given you the address to a funeral home within this ward. There's more than that one, but that would have been an option given to you.
So we can either give her a funeral and grieve like a couple normal people, or we can track down someone or make a deal with some god or Chindi.
Yes, because we're normal people, and we're obviously going to go with the normal people option.
What would Atoll want?
What
would she want you to do?
That's a good question.
Hang on. She's going to very carefully and gingerly set Atoll down and whip out her book, her potions book. I think I could ask her.
You could ask Atoll what she wants.
Atoll what she wants.
I need some ingredients and some time. But yeah,
I mean,
I could talk to her.
No disrespect here, but does it matter? She's dead. We're here. We get to pick what we're going to do. And if we want to try to bring her back, that's what we can do. I'm just saying.
I hate to argue with you, but it does matter. I think what she wants would matter. If we could ask her whether she wants to come back. If we could try. Or if she doesn't want to come back.
I suppose you can ask, but the living write history and the living decide what we do. So I'm just saying, I won't be constrained by dead people. As much as Atoll is one of the best people that I did know, still know, I don't know. The point is, we have the freedom to do what she couldn't, and we'll get strong enough to one day where we can.
We could never do what she was
or
supposed to
coerce
do.
someone into doing it. I mean, if we have that much power.
There's no coercing someone into changing the world or being a positive force to change the world.
Oh, I didn't say them a positive force. Their life or someone that they care about is on the brink of death, they might change their mind pretty quickly. I'm just saying, there are ways to force people into doing things.
She was supposed to be a new era. She's not the last priest of Taylor. She was supposed to be the first.
I agree. And we can give her that. I'm not someone who's going to bring light and joy to this God-forsaken place. she would be. So guess what? If I want to try to bring her back so she can do that, maybe I lose my soul in the process. Maybe who cares? But she might be able to do what I couldn't.
So, 3 options, I guess. Proper funeral. Crazy quests to try to bring her back. Or we could ask her what she wants.
You could still ask her what she wants. I'm just saying we don't necessarily have to abide by it. That was my main point there.
I mean, there's a lot of things we don't have to do. You're saying you want to bring her back. You're saying you want to bring her back whether she wants to or not, or you're saying we leave it be whether she wants to come back or not?
I say we, for now, get your ingredients. Let's try and talk to her. And we'll go from there once we're able to do so.
Kanari?
That's fine, but what I was saying was bring her back whether she wants to or not, because she may be despondent and tired, but for the greater good, that's what she really wants deep down. And the greater good would be bringing her back.
Nemo?
I think you can talk to her. I might go see if I can find someone or something that maybe could point us in the right direction.
Who is the someone? You're not going to go off on your own and get yourself kidnapped again. I swear on all the gods, if you say Marok, I'm going to slap you.
No. Marok wouldn't be able to help me. Though, actually, that's a good idea. Maybe he would be able to help me.
No.
No, there has to be someone here who has dealt with darker things than I have, or stronger things. I don't...
undead or whatever shaitan thing that's called. Okay.
No, I'm not trying to
back to normal.
Reanimate her.
Right.
I'm not trying to create no.
Okay. It's a fair question, knowing you. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is there are things far more powerful that are greedy and will, I don't know, maybe give us a chance for something in return.
I mean, what exactly did we have to offer? I swear if you say a favor, I'm going to slap you.
I don't know. Okay, that's why I'm going to look to see what there is. I just need to find someone who's part of the underground, and I don't know who to go to.
What is up with you and black markets? Why can't you ever do anything legally?
Do you see anything with magic being done legally these days?
Girl, it's because he was repressed as a child, and so now
he is a child
against those bonds that are placed on him. He's acting out more just to compensate, it's just...
It doesn't matter if the leaders of the city could resurrect her, they wouldn't, because it's not a part of their agenda, a part of their master plan for magic users. They don't care about her. They don't care if they have the ability to. That's why you go black market, because people who actually care about changing the world, care about the power, care about different things. They're the ones who will give us what we need, not the ordained little symbol wearing, I get my little necklace, I can do magic. Not them.
I agree with you, and I really hate myself for it.
No. We all reach this point, Carhale. It's okay.
So, are you guys going to head back to the inn and sleep there? Sleep in the open? What are you guys going to do?
What time is it as of right now?
Like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
How
Virgin
about
Monday.
Carhali's gonna take a toll back with them and like wrap her up in one of the sheets and leave her in the room that got broken into, just on the bed that she was in. And all of the rest of us are going to sleep in the other room.
Oof. Oof.
Can
We can't sleep in the room with her chindi. It's gonna mess with us.
That's fine, but I do think we should take her symbol and everything else just because I don't know. I know I don't. It's terrible. I get it, but that way we can give it back to her, and no, we don't. I doubt this town will look twice at robbing a body.
Okay.
I'm gonna for the next like 2 hours, I'm just gonna wander around and see any wandering soul on the street.
Kanari.
And-
Did Nemo give us our stuff back?
Yeah.
Can Nemo give us our stuff back?
Please.
Kanari, as you remove the holy symbol from her chest,
Yeah.
it strikes you as you brush your fingers across, like as your fingers brush her skin, how cold she is. Karhale, it strikes you how ashen gray her skin is. Sorry, keep going. Nemo, as you're out and about looking for any wanderers, sorry, are you just keeping track of like people, or are you gonna like?
No, I'm
seek them
finding
out,
anyone,
or, like...
any drunken soul, anybody who shouldn't be outside who is outside.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception is a 22.
That's really good. Looking around, you notice two figures out and about. One is a little bit of like a lump, what you initially thought was just maybe a pile of trash or something in a corner of one of the buildings, but a lump of cloths and different kinds of like maybe sacks or something like that. But then you see it shift and move, and you realize that it's actually a figure, a person that's there huddled, like curled up in this corner, amid trash, definitely, but a figure amid that trash. And then you also notice what looks to be maybe a kid about your age, maybe, trying to sneak around in the dark, actually. And it seems to be, you wouldn't have noticed, they're not very close necessarily, but you heard a sound and you kind of moved over and you see them down another alleyway. But this person seems to be just moving about with a hood up and everything, trying to be very secretive. And they seem pretty young, like smaller, about your age.
Do they seem like the two are together?
No,
like interacting?
totally different
okay.
alleys, no interactions whatsoever. Do you approach one? This kid seems to be moving and will probably be moving beyond the area that you're kind of in eventually. But you can approach or just keep watch if you'd like.
I'll approach. Who's nearer? The
lady, well, the figure that's in the like huddled in the trash and everything, closest one to you.
Okay. I'll go up to them / her.
You realize it is a female figure when you draw a little bit closer. It seems to be like just a little homeless old lady, like old hag, sagging skin, kind of crone nose kind of thing, beady eyes and everything. And they seem to be asleep. She seems to be asleep.
Oh, she's asleep.
Mm-hmm, just kind of shifting in the little pile of cloths, old ratty cloths, seemingly maybe like flea infested and whatnot. Do you shake her awake?
So the other person is what is the other person doing then? They're just sneaking?
Roll me either a insight check or investigation check to determine what they're doing. They seem to be actively doing something, but it's kind of hard to see, so it's going to be kind of a roll to figure it out. What? Investigation or insight.
Oh, even that won't save me. 6.
6 will be, you have no idea what they're doing right now. It's dark. This kid is suspicious though. They're scrambling around. They're like hood up and everything. Whatever they're doing, up to no good, probably.
As I get closer, I guess I'll just call out, like, "Hey, kid!"
And he spooks and sees you and like turns to run and then realizes, well, and then pauses and just starts to walk in the other direction instead of running.
Hey, kid! I've got money.
Shut up! What? Why are you talking to me?
Do you have anything I can buy off you?
As it's up, when he turns, you kind of get a flash of like maybe like blondish hair. Wait, give you what? Wait, what? What do you think I'm doing?
What are you doing?
None of your business. I don't know
you. Do you need help doing whatever you're doing?
Roll a persuasion check.
Nemo be a creep.
Oh, not.
This kid seems to be maybe a little bit
8.
younger than you are. An 8? He's like, no, I don't know you.
I just
stay away from me. And he
continues
walking. Buy? I don't have anything for you to buy. Why would I have anything for you to buy?
I don't know. Why are you out here?
I'm doing my own thing. Why are you out here?
Can you take me to someone I can buy?
And he's just like yell whispering at you down the alley behind him as he's like walking away, scurrying away, and you're kind of keeping up with him.
I'll pay you. Can you take me to someone?
And he does perk up at the pay, and he turns to look at you. Take you where? And how much are you going to pay me?
I need someone I can buy something off of.
Buy what?
Whatever they have.
Well, what are you talking about? I honestly don't know what you're saying. The general stores are going to be closed at this hour.
Yeah, kid, how do you... Drugs, obviously.
I don't know where to buy drugs.
How do you not?
How would I know how to buy drugs? I don't know.
Why are you out in the middle of the night sneaking?
I was just going to paint. And he pulls out like what looks to be like a big flat brush and like a little bucket of paint. He's like, I was just going to go. Doesn't matter, okay? Leave me alone. I don't know what to do. And he continues scrambling away and he's kind of muttering to himself like,
do you know anyone who sells anything at night? Where's the
He's going to roll an intelligence check. Okay. Actually, you roll persuasion to convince him to tell you anything that he may plausibly know.
Why though? Just harassing kids on the street.
Yet again.
Oh, 24.
24 is really good. And he's gonna turn around as he's trying to scurry away again. He's gonna be like, sometimes I hear that I don't know who they are exactly, but there's some people that are selling like sharp sugar outside of the main schoolyard of the university.
They in front of the school?
No, not in front of the school. They're just right outside, like in the alleys. I don't know exactly where, but I just hear that some kids get sharp sugar outside the university when they're leaving the university, okay? I don't know when it happens. I don't know where, because I don't get involved in that stuff, okay? This was just a prank. I lost a dare, okay? And it seems like...
If you take me to them, I'll give you a gold piece.
A gold piece?
I'll give you a gold. I'll pull out a gold and show them.
Okay.
Why do you want to buy sharp sugar? It's literally just Liz's D&D version of crack.
Well, so sharp sugar. Well, one, I'm just trying to find people, but for one, sharp sugar was in the system of the dead guy. So
Yeah, it's true.
Wow,
speechless.
Nemo's
Wow.
actually being
Wow.
brilliant right now.
Something that
Too
Nathan
cold.
remembered that I didn't. Write this day down in the book,
This
guys.
is a beautiful moment, guys.
okay, well, I had that
Too
in my
cold.
notes that I keep. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And if I'm not gonna tell you my name or anything, and it's 2 gold, okay?
2
And I'll
gold.
take you. I'll
2
ask
gold
around
if
and
we
see if I can
find
figure out where
anyone
exactly it's
there.
going.
2 gold if we find anyone there, and you're not just lying to me for a gold.
1
piece.
gold now. 1 gold if we find anyone there. Because I told you I don't do this.
No,
It's
you
not my
just run
thing.
off.
1 gold now. 1 gold after.
What? Where? I'm gonna tell your parents that you're wheeling and
You
dealing.
don't even know who I am. And he's gonna
Dealing
start
with
skirting away from.
I'll flick a gold coin at him.
He doesn't react fast enough to catch it or anything. It clinks on the ground, but he scrambles down to pick it up and he like looks around. Meet me here tomorrow night, I guess. A couple 2 days, and I'll see if I can figure out where it's going on.
Tonight.
I don't know right now. I mean, I could take you to the outside of the university and see if there's anyone there. I don't know.
Fine,
But I'll ask some
tomorrow.
friends. I probably Gentleman, he probably knows where they do that. So I could probably I'll ask and see if he knows.
Fine, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night. Here, 1 more gold, okay? Don't tell anyone you talk to me. I don't know you.
I'm gonna tell your parents.
You don't even know who they are. And he's gonna pull up his hood a little tighter and stuff and scurry away.
I can't. It's hilarious. Emo terrorizing children.
What's new? Oh
He's
my
probably
Like
like
Zach
15.
all over again.
Just Nemo things.
Your hashtag
I'll,
just emo.
Oh, thank you.
So that's their interaction with this guy. Do you talk to the sleeping, seemingly homeless lady? Actually, roll me an intelligence check, just really quick.
An intelligence check? Am I losing intelligence?
I won't tell you why unless you successfully roll.
Well, I did not successfully roll, so you don't have to tell me.
She has some very
That's lovely.
contagious disease, and
That is a 7.
7. Oof. Nothing occurs to you about this person, this figure. But do you talk to them?
oh
You said
boy.
intelligence?
It was intelligence, yeah.
So what would I need to be smart to figure out? I'm gonna game meta the DM right now. No,
My DM says I won't say.
no, it's fine. I'll go.
Okay. Karhale, Kanari, you guys and Anala all go to sleep in the other room, separate from Atoll.
We keep a watch throughout us the night because we don't trust it.
No. Nemo is gone for about maybe an hour or so, but eventually he stumbles back into the room. And the person keeping watch at that time, seeing him come in, probably glaring for him staying out so late. But you guys all do get to go to sleep. Kanari, Ty gives you her happiest memories that she can plausibly give you in the middle of the night. Some of them you haven't seen before. Some of them you have. One of them of a beautiful sunset in the land of Dalcor. Beautiful because colors you don't get to see often at all. So it's beautiful to you in multiple ways. And she also gives you another memory of her parents giving her her favorite, giving her a musical, some sort of instrument. You're not really sure what it is. It doesn't seem to exist in our world, in this world. So you have nothing to compare it to, but it makes beautiful music, vaguely like a harpsichord. And it's one of her favorite memories to show you. And a couple other happy things that just flutter by and giving you a dream that's a little bit better than your reality right now. And Nemo, when you sleep, you don't dream of anything, except you do wake up with a feeling of determination, a little bit of anger. Anala, your dreams are basically of what's happened tonight happening to your family and the fears that would kind of be investing that idea. So the idea of you finding your siblings dead in their beds, or your mother dead in her bed, and your father, same thing. And it's kind of like on this repeat until you wake up, and it's just terrible.
Better than
Karhale.
dreams.
Karhale, you dream of that old dream, an old memory of your father fighting Vidar for the last time. And that duel happening as Vidar starts to starting off strong and aggressive, and your dad faltering when he normally wouldn't, so uncharacteristic of your father's fighting style, and your uncle advancing and advancing, and your father losing ground, until finally Vidar blocks Hakon from view for a second, and then when he steps over and you can see Hakon again, it's not Hakon, it's a Toll fighting this big hulking shadowy figure, a creature made of shadows almost. And she's fighting and losing ground until this creature stabs her in the stomach, and she pauses amid the fight, and it's off to what would actually happen in a real fight, because her eyes turn and lock with yours where you're looking on from a distance. And she says, as blood's kind of just dribbling down her chin, "Why didn't you protect me?" And that's how you wake up. All of you guys wake up in the morning. Nemo, you forget what had transpired last night for a few seconds, and then you remember, and it crashes into you again. Karhale, you wake up knowing exactly what happened.
Man. That was messed up.
Kanara, you wake up knowing exactly what happened. Maybe even a little bit of gratitude to Ty for helping you forget for a second. Anala, you wake up, and it's a little bit murky, but you also remember what happened immediately. And you guys are greeting the later morning of the 4th of Yodul, and the second day of the Festival of Champions, and a day of rest for you guys in your progress of the respective missions that you guys have. What would you guys like to do?
I'm getting up completely silently and leaving without a word to anyone.
Oh.
All right. She's a big girl. She can take care of herself, right?
Probably.
Kanari says in her head as she walks away, "If you want my company, I'll come and I don't have to say anything. But if not, just be safe."
You can come if you want.
Kanara will follow. Give her a distance so she doesn't feel like she's being crowded. But just, she doesn't like the idea of leaving people alone too much.
Especially now, yeah.
Our holiday. And because right now. And she'll kind of like, "Anala, if you want to come, just gotta be quiet. But you can do whatever you want. Just be safe, too." Or watch Nemo. That might be smart, too.
Karhale, where do you go?
That's a great question. I'm going to try to say I have the necessary tools and everything that I need to make the wolf hiss up.
You picked up ingredients for that already, right?
Yeah. I already
You
had
did?
the ingredients.
Yeah, you would have the necessary tools. You would just have to basically set up like a campfire, like some sort of like potted spot kind of thing, which you would be able to do easy enough. If you wanted to do that out in the open, you could also do that in like the kitchen of the inn itself. Maybe ask the woman who runs the
Mrs.
kitchens,
Feller.
Mrs. Feller. Yeah, if she was willing to let you like borrow her cooking station for a bit. Basically, you just need somewhere you can boil and let things steep.
Okay.
Beyond that, you have the herbalist kit, which is all you would need.
I'm gonna go just to like a normal general store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get, if it's possible, at a general store to restock my healer's kit.
General store, you're not gonna find a healer's kit, but they could guide you to where a healer's kit might be found.
Okay. Actually, can I just tell you what I'm getting and you can tell me how long it takes?
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm getting some 10 uses of my healer's kit, black tea, and a pipe.
10 uses of a healer's kit, black tea, and a pipe.
Common clothes that I think would fit Nemo.
Fair enough.
Okay, so the common clothes, 5 silver. Easy enough. You find some stuff that looks kind of like nondescript, nothing that'll stand out too much, which is probably what you're looking for Nemo. Maybe even a little funky looking, just to poke at him a bit. But
I would get him
silver. Why are there shoulder pads?
Something blue.
I got him something blue. He's got the bluish hair.
Like, this weird pattern across the front of it.
Nothing too weird, because I don't want him to
nothing
stand
super
out.
weird. Yeah, exactly. So nondescript, a little bit funny if you looked closely enough, but simple enough clothing. 5 silver, you can mark that off. Healer's kit. I don't have it written down how much a healer's kit costs. So let me just Google that really quick. Healers.
Yeah, I just know that I only have 1 use left. So.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to cost you, depending on where you go, which the first place you'll go, it'll cost you 8 gold to get a pack for, I think it's 5 uses. Let me double check that.
I feel like it was a lot less than that last time I restocked.
Yes, it was a lot less for that. The first place you go to will have it at this price. If you keep on looking for a cheaper priced healer's kit, you can do that. It'll just take more time, in essence.
Yeah, I'd look a little more. I'm not even arguing with them on the price. I'm just leaving and finding somewhere else.
Okay. 10 uses. Okay, so it's just 1 kit that you'll be buying. You'll find another.
I'd get one for Anala.
Okay. Yeah. You'll find another place that has it for 6 gold, and this place will be selling it cheaper. It's not as nicely made as the other one. You feel like the other shop that you were at, which was a sort of temples, like healers house, also functioned as a herbalist shop if you wanted to be there. It was called yeah. So you can stay there.
Just while I was getting the price on that one, can I just assume that I bought the other one? But while I'm at the herbalist shop, I want to see if they have any Angel's Trumpet.
Angel's
or
Trumpet.
Aga Pedal.
Aga, okay, so the description of those, let me look at that again. Aga,
excuse me?
I haven't.
Okay, so this is going to be, this shop is called Restoration. It's in the upper city, all right? Which, coming into this area, you were guided here by the general store that you had gone to, and they're like, oh, healer's kit, you'll find it in Restoration up in RA. And when you come to this place, it's a beautiful establishment, the place is made out of stone, like carved sandstone, and it's well made. It's definitely a temple kind of annexed healer shop of some sort, and they seem to like they would have a lot in their stores, like they would have many options. So here would be the most likely that you would find something more rare, like the agapetal, Angel's Trumpet. So go ahead and roll me just a d4 to see if they have it on stock. Even, they do. Odd, they do not. That would be a 2. But you did go, this store would be the right one for it if they had it. So perfect. The woman who's running the shop is a little bit middle-aged. She seems nice enough, a little bit like upturned nose, a bit like she seems to be from just richer genes, more wealthy family kind of background. So when she sees you and you don't look rich and you don't look well off necessarily, she kind of upturns her nose a bit and is kind of like, you probably don't even know what you're talking about while you're here, and is kind of condescending to you. But then when you tell her like, I'm looking for this and this and this kind of thing, she's like, oh, she kind of knows her stuff. A little bit less of an upturned nose, but you still are a little bit condescended to as she takes you through her stock.
I would have pulled out my book and I would have gone through exactly what I needed, and I would have name dropped Lorkai.
Nice. And she would have kind of twitched at the name of Lorkai, and there would have been a little bit of a bristling, actually. And you could roll an insight check if you'd want to like kind of figure out why.
I don't care.
But yeah, just a little bit of a bristling, and she kind of doesn't like you after you mention Lorkai's name. Like before it was just condescension, now it's kind of like visceral dislike. Yeah.
Can I make an insight check since I'm following her around?
Sure. You see her from a distance, this lady, and her eyes kind of dart to you for a second, but she force Anala, you see this as you're kind of following along. Her eyes kind of like...
Did Anala come with us?
Didn't she come with us?
I thought Anala stayed with Nemo.
Oh, never mind.
I stayed behind to sleep in a little bit, but she'll be getting up soon to go do her own thing, but we'll get to that.
Yes, no worries. Kanari, what did you get?
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice. It seems like there's a lot of history there. She knows Lorkai personally, seemingly, from just the reaction. You're like, she definitely knows her and everything. There seems to be like, there was like a bit of a rivalry there kind of thing.
Nice.
And so this lady just doesn't like the name. Doesn't like it. Where is that name for her? She does introduce herself as Miss Skymorn. And she's just a little bit upper class, a little bit above it all. As someone who presides over a store that's located in Array in the upper city. So you look for agapetal. They have it on hand. It will cost you. And that, I need the potions. It's going to cost you about... Okay, so for the actual made drink, the Angel's Trumpet, the made potion, it'll cost you about 1,200 for the made potion. For just
supposedly
the
just
ingredients.
A plant that's burned and inhaled, like tobacco.
Let's see.
Or at least that's in the notes that you gave me. It doesn't seem like an actual
It'll
potion.
be like more of a mix. That's like a mix of herbs, agapetal being the main ingredient.
Gotcha.
But that will cost you, 1,200. And you do recognize at once, being that it's a little bit overpriced, being that you're in the upper city area. The ingredients, though, for you, separate ingredients and everything, for you to put together yourself, which will take a little bit of like measuring and stuff like that for yourself, will be only 800 gold in relation. It's a rarer plant, and it's not found very often.
Is this the plant you need to talk to her?
Are you saying this over the mind link or just out loud?
No, just out loud. No, sorry, like not in character.
Oh, yes. Meta, yes.
I mean, I hate to say it, but you could take the money. We gave a toll money.
It's true.
She doesn't need it right now.
Wow,
if I'm
you're
being
using.
honest.
Wow.
I mean,
Shame on
not
Kanari.
wrong, but
Just
dang. Oh, you
Just
know what's
like-
worse? That's almost the exact amount that she had left of her cut from the Chul job.
Just like
Well,
Vex and
I
Vax.
gave her-
Vex stealing Vax's boots, like, immediately.
I mean, we can give it back to her when she comes back.
True. What do you were there other potions you were looking for from here?
Yes, actually, hold on. I sent it to you in a text, but it definitely got buried. Hold on.
I
I'm
actually have a
gonna check
list
if I
of
put it
what
in my
stuff
notes.
you were looking for. I do have that. I did write that down.
I know there were 2 things.
2 healing potions. So you did want to have the ingredients for the healing potions.
Yeah.
Did you want to look for that here?
Could I have asked at the general store about multiple herbalist shops?
Yeah, they would have
Like
given you
in case
a list
one didn't
of-
have what I needed.
a list of 4 different shops.
Because I'm mostly
so
looking
some of them
for ingredients.
basically
and
you
I
went to
don't
the
wanna
biggest one,
overpay.
and they'll have the most rare things, like the rarest things that you could find. They'll have here. Any of the other shops, it'll just be less likely that you'll find the rare items, basically.
Mhm.
But they might be cheaper too. So that'll be the other side of that. So if you wanted to go to one of these other shops, you could. But there's one in the Penny's Ward. There's one in the in the Crier Ward where you guys are staying. One up here in the Upper Town, and then there's one in, I think, where's the other one? Another one in Penny's Ward, I think.
Okay. I'm not actually gonna get anything there. I don't like her now, so I'm just.
Oh yeah,
gonna get
she's not.
anything there.
She's not the most friendly of people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. If there's plenty of others, I'm just gonna look at the others. If
Okay,
somebody
but
else
it's
has gotta
not.
have
It's
it.
not guaranteed that they'll have these items that you're looking for. But yes,
I may just
the
have
ones
to
that
come
you were
back
told-
defeated.
the ones that you were told about were Restoration, Area Upper Class. They told you that was had the biggest stock, so that's why you went there. Kunik's Herbs, they don't have that much. It's in the Scriven Ward, actually. Kunik's Herbs, and they said that he had a pretty small stock, but sometimes had some cool things come in. Alchemist's Aids, that one had a lot more new stuff, things unheard of and created by the person himself, the person who runs it, Durlon. That's in the Crier Ward, and then Weeds and Remedies, which is the Penny's Ward. That one, the
I want
stuff.
to go to
sometimes-
the Alchemist Aid.
Alchemist
That's the one I
Aids.
want to go to.
Okay, so Crier Ward will be back where you are living, where the Woods Keep is located.
So just for the
Anything
record,
else you were
while
buying
I
from the
was
general store?
yes, so I got 2 healers kits for that'd be
6
12
gold.
gold total.
Mm-hmm.
For 6 for
2,
both.
yes.
Or 6 each?
6 each.
Okay,
You're right,
So
you were right.
12, and then 5 silver for the clothes for Nemo, and then black
Mhm.
tea and a pipe.
Black tea and a pipe. Quick,
I'm not smoking the
easy.
tea, for the record.
2 silver for the pipe, and depending on what kind of tea you're getting would determine like the price of the tea. But if it was just simple,
plain black tea,
basic tea, yeah, 1 silver gives you 4 cups, basically 4
Okay.
portions.
I'd get 3 of those.
Okay, you can mark that off and then add that to your inventory. Okay, so coming to Kunik's Herbs. Oh, Kanari, is there
No,
anything that you wanted to buy
Alchemist Aid.
from the general store? Alchemist Aid, sorry.
Not that I really know of. I might, if she thinks of anything, she can go back. But at this point, she's just kind of.
Did you want to inquire about any like weapon shops? Because I know you mentioned that Kanari wants
That's
to get a weapon.
true. Sure, she'll ask about where weapons would be located.
The person who's running the shop, nicer, older gentleman. He's pretty open with information and everything. He thinks you guys came from Samhain as just like something he assumed on the top of his own mind. He was like, these are some weird folk. They must be from that weird city. But he's going to be totally down to tell you that if depending on what kind of weapons you wanted, he'll ask you basically, did you want just basic kind of weapons, your basic weapons, or did you want something special, something nice?
Something nice.
Then you want to go to the Crier Ward. Crier Ward's going to have all of the different blacksmiths that make personalized weapons, anyways. Nice weapons. Exactly. You guys are staying basically in the Crafters Ward. So this is where a lot of stuff is going to be located. Go ahead and mark me off. Sorry, just mark off a silver, 2 silver each person for just crossing between wards. So crossing to array and back down again, 2 silver per person.
Okay. That's annoying. DM also at the general store, can Kanari have gotten some kind of set of clothes? Just a common set of clothes, because I mean she has her monk robes, but that's all she has.
Yeah. It's a good point, and it definitely marks you as a monk. Anyone who sees you will see you as an acolyte, especially because they do have an acolyte monastery in this city.
Which is not always bad, because it gives you a pass sometimes, but at the same time,
The woman, never mind.
No, tell me. Tell me.
No, I was just going to say, but Karhale would have noticed. Karhale would have, because Kanari wouldn't have seen it. But the eyes of the Sky Moor, the upper class lady and everything of the restoration, herbalist shop and stuff, her eyes had lingered on Kanari and then like kind of pulled away in kind of a little bit more significant kind of way. Mm-hmm. But it's nothing that would have been really heard or spoken out loud that Kanari would have been able to notice.
I would have insight checked that.
So go ahead and give me an insight check. Nemo, are you doing anything right now before we come to what else Karhale's up to?
That's 16.
16? Okay. I'm going to text you. I meant to text. I should have texted Kanari earlier with her thing. No, I said it out loud. Just
DM?
Yes.
Because, like, generally when she's walking around, she keeps a mind link open with whoever she's with. If Karhale says something to her, then I have something I'm going to do. But if Karhale wouldn't have said anything about, like, oh, she's giving you a weird look or, like, something's up, then she won't do anything. But whatever, if it's so, no pressure either way. It's just what Karhale thinks she would have done.
By the way, Karhale has not said a word to you the whole time.
That's fine. That's fine. She didn't expect you to, but so if she would have said anything, she would have said anything. That's fine. Like I'm not pushing you. In the mind
link, I'm gonna tell Kanari when we're there. You're making her nervous. Like, she seems scared of you.
Okay.
And that's funny because honestly, I am way scarier looking than you.
That is a very big factor, actually. She looks down her nose at you, Karhale, but is actually, visibly nervous. Visibly nervous of Kanari's presence.
Can I go ahead and spend 2 key points and do take thoughts? Just like the surface level, first off. Let's see what we're getting here.
Surface level. You hear her thoughts mostly focused on the disdain of Karhale, mostly revolved. Oh, I can actually text you here. Okay. Or do you care? Do you care if I tell you or whisper?
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, disdain toward Karhale of, she seems like she's from the outskirts, not from the capital itself, probably from some like bumpkin outer town. She probably is dabbling in herbal arts there's just this whole stream of thought of like what Karhale could possibly be doing in her kind of beautiful shop and blah, 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 kind of dirtying the ground that she's walking on. Probably doesn't know what she's doing. Oh, she mentioned Lorkai. That that bumpkin herself trying to show me up and she's older. She's not quite as old as Lorkai, but she is older. And so it's just this whole thing. She's like, Lorkai, she probably taught her some of her concoctions and trying to show me up. She won that one competition, but it doesn't mean anything. And mostly those thoughts. But when she kind of drifts her eyes towards you and then kind of pulls away, there's the stray thought of what is she doing here? What is one of their kind doing in my shop? Is it significant or a coincidence? But she tries to put it out of her mind and stops trying to think of it at all.
Interesting.
So,
we're doing a lot of really funny time jumping with my little endeavors here.
What are you up to, Nemo, as Kanari and Karhale leave together? Kanari kind of trailing behind Karhale, who looks a little bit more forbearing of a facial expression. What would you like to be up to today?
You have a meeting don't know.
Tonight. Of things you had told me you would seek out. Let me look at my list again.
I could go to the temple, I guess, and get the letter.
Okay. So heading over to the temple, you do know Atoll's full name. And when you get there, they will so you go to the nearest temple or so, and they're going to tell you that the any letters that would have been sent to the temples here would have been sent to the main one up in Ere. So you would have to go pay the toll to cross between wards to get to the upper city. Would you still do that?
How much? It's 4 silver, you said, right?
No, just a silver going up and then a silver back again going down. So 2 silver in all for the trip.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you can mark off the 2 silver, and you'll head toward the main temple. It is
worth
huge.
2 silver, I suppose.
It is huge, beautifully made. There's a towering statue of Taylor, probably a representation of Taylor, you assume. Right at the front, he's in this full-blown, full plate armor. You can't really tell color here. Roll me an intelligence check, just really quick.
3.
Okay, you continue into the temple, and so the giant statue of Taylor, by the way, like the spread legs make up the
Anala, did you go with me for this?
The large archway entrance. You are alone. As you go through, you do see that there are many obligators around. You recognize the obligator garb based on what you'd seen back in the Siena household. And you go up to basically the front desk, the reception desk of this large temple, where you see some younger priest, initiates, I guess, who are in a simpler robe garb from what the higher priests wear as you're looking around and kind of taking everything in. They'll be able to get you that letter if you give them the full name. They will charge you 2 gold for just being able to get the letter. And but they will give you a letter that's been marked for Atoll Barden.
Okay. I'll pay the gold and everything.
Okay. Do you wish to stay up in the upper area, or will you be heading back to the crier ward?
So I'm at the top dog temple, right?
This is the top dog temple.
I would like to ask about resurrection, I guess.
Okay. Who will you be asking about resurrection, and how will you go about this? Like, are you a student? Like, I'm just really curious about magical powers and stuff like that, or like, what's the information, or like how will you go about asking this, and from who?
Don't forget we're wanted specifically by the ministry.
Pew. I'm just gonna slip it in. Like my friend told me this weird story about like, oh no, that's gonna be so not good. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll just slip it in. I'll be like, yeah, my friend told me, like, just talk while they're getting the letter or something. I'll be like, my friend told me about, like magic being able to like bring people from the dead. Can you guys do that?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion, you say? I'm very persuasive as I get a natural 20.
Natural 20. Well, this kid, younger person, it's actually a girl. She is, her hair is kind of tied back in this intricate braid. She's got these like pretty golden circlets that are just kind of woven into the braids that circle her head. And she's gonna kind of cock her head and take on like a dreamy look of like information. She just loves stories and information and history and all that. She's gonna be, that's an interesting question, because, well, I've always assumed that since we have such great power come from Taylor himself, that we should be able to have power over the life and death and fate itself. But when I asked my own teacher about it, you see, he told me that it wasn't honors will, in his design, that people, mortals like ourselves, would have such power over life and death. So it's looked down upon in circles where clerics of, our temple practice. I've heard that maybe in lower temples of Taylor that they've attempted such things, but I haven't heard of it being approved of or even succeeded in, maybe. Honestly, whenever it comes up, or even I've asked about it, it's frowned upon, very much frowned upon. So it's a good thing that you asked me and not someone else.
Interesting. So would, like, someone who's not Taylor, one of the other gods, would they be more inclined to, give people that power? Or is that just like a Taylor only thing?
Taylor's the only god. What are you saying?
Well,
but I mean, apart in myths and the history books and such, they say that some of the followers of the pagan gods did attempt such things, although those kind of powers were probably from darker forces and whatnot like that, not from a actually divine power. But it seems like they would have been more, according to, myths and legend and such, they would have been more inclined, yeah.
Wow, interesting. So you're saying like what kind of,
especially the chaotic, legends of the chaotic goddess, evil goddess Jareth.
Yeah.
And she's like whispering at this point. She's like keeping her voice very low, and kind of like eyes darting around as she's got this like bright spark of like just interesting information and just interesting conversations. But she's like, I've heard that Jareth is very much interested in averting fate and the natural order of the world. Janora herself, even as an evil goddess as she was a lot more orderly and wouldn't be as inclined. But Asian himself, depending on how deeply someone wished for something to happen, would be the depending factor of whether or not he would be willing to help or back some sort of mission. But of course, this is all hypothetical in the sense that none of them are real and only Taylor is the true god.
So you don't believe in them at all? Or you don't, I mean, like, I don't believe they're gods or anything, but you don't believe
Of course not. Only Taylor actually has any effect on the world at large. I mean, do you think something different?
I don't know. My mom told me all kinds of stories when I was young, and I don't know. I never grew up near a temple or anything, so I couldn't hear the truth.
You never grew up near a temple. Where are you from?
Oh, I grew up from out of town. My mother was a wanderer. She liked to live off the land and everything like that. So I
That's
never
so
had.
odd. So
Yeah.
dangerous. I mean, if you'd like, I could set you up with some classes of the basic Taylor tenets of honor, if you'd like. It's a very simple class that you could take, and they appeal to anyone of lesser origin like yourself.
My mom tells me I'm kind of dumb and I'm not like too
Oh,
smart.
I'm sure that's not true.
But
And Taylor accepts everyone as they are.
Unless you're Jayton.
That's understood.
Well, so what all could I learn in this class? So what all could I learn in this class?
Well, all the basic tenets of honor being, I mean, have you never heard of the tenets of honor either? Or what about the honor code? Well, you would go through the honor code slowly, learning the different ways of life that honor Taylor himself expects of us, of his followers. And you would basically just learn everything a normal Taylor follower would. It's so unfortunate that your mother raised you in such a heretical way. I'm very sorry. She leans forward and puts her hand on your hand. I'm very sorry for you.
It's okay. I haven't seen her in a while now. She and I don't really talk anymore.
I see.
Yeah. So, is there a way I could maybe skip the class and like you just show me some stuff instead of like, because I don't think I do well with classes and stuff, but like maybe like
give me a persuasion check. Persuasion check.
We could have some one-on-one classes. Get my whatever that brings.
Show me what study. Alone study time.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That's really good. Well, I mean, of course not right now. I have my own duties that I must attend to. But perhaps later in the evening, I do finish my shift here around about sunset.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to like put this all on you. So this letter is actually.
I mean, if you'd like, I could give you just the pamphlets that they go over in the class. I do have an honor code book that I could give you, just a spare of my own, if you'd like that, and the pamphlet itself for the honor tenets. Also there, some of the handouts for the class I could give you.
I just really I'm not good at like reading and learning and. Like
and that's nothing to be ashamed of. I know a few people myself that struggle with the same things.
Yes, I've always been amazed at what you guys could do, like what Taylor gives you the abilities of, but
that's not me, not yet, but I'm in training, of course.
Oh, that's awesome. So, like, what can you do?
Well, nothing as of yet. I haven't been chosen, but if I prove to be of the caliber that they expect of one of Taylor's clerics, or perhaps one of his fighters, then I will be able to start learning more in the more magical realm. Right now, I'm just in the more academic fields.
Oh, so what do you have to do to be like chosen? Does Taylor choose you specifically, or?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. The clerics and the upper priests, they are the ones that know or are told by Taylor himself that someone is chosen, and then they'll start the training from there. But I'm not exactly sure, but normally people who progress well in classes and get full marks, they'll be the ones that are chosen almost all the time. It's only rarely that someone who is lacking in most of those things gets chosen. Someone like, have you heard of a dean? A dean Hot? he never scored very full marks. People don't like to talk about it, but he didn't score very well at all in any of the fields of honor and whatnot, that kind of training, but he was definitely chosen. I think that was more based on his heart than anything else, but...
Wow, that's so... And so are only those who are chosen allowed to talk to Taylor, or could I talk to Taylor?
I mean, you could, of course, pray to Taylor, but Taylor almost only ever responds to those chosen. Verbally, of course. But nonetheless, he still hears every one of our prayers, too. But in a more direct communication, yes, he does definitely speak to the honorist himself, most of all, and then some of his lower priests, of course. But I'm sorry, what was your question?
Oh, no. It's all good. No, I was just, this is all so new to me. I was wondering if I could talk to him, but I guess if he's not like a guard that really talks to like lower class people, then I understand, I guess.
I've been talking to you for so long. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Cinemo. You can call me Sin for short.
Sin for short.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Tresemme. It's nice to meet you.
Tresemme? Like
the hair brand?
I was literally about to say.
Like the hair brand.
It's nice to meet you. Do you
She has very nice hair, as a side note.
That's what I was gonna ask. Do you have a pigeon I could... How do you contact people?
You could send letters from them. They have like magical emissaries. In essence, kind of like an email, just less directly magical. But same concept in essence. But you would give them a letter and then they would deliver that letter to another temple where someone could pick it up.
Oh, okay. I'll ask her for her ME mail, whatever it is.
If it's not to within this country where there would be a temple that they would be picking up to, you could send it directly to like a specific place. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask her for her ME mail.
It will cost you 2 gold to send a letter.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, no. Yeah, that's
anyway, throughout your encounter, especially with the natural 20 in like persuading her to give you the information, it seems like she might have just the barest hint of a crush, barest hint of one. And that was like the main reason that she was like so willing to give you information. But
I will exploit her for all she's worth and get her kicked out of the temple. All right. Well, thank you. That is all I need.
I will exploit her for all her worth. Well, she's worth and get her kicked out of the temple. Okay. So, Anala, what would you like to do today?
Was Anala just standing there for this whole encounter?
No.
She didn't follow. She's doing her own thing.
That would have been
Anala,
really
what
funny.
Would you like to be up
Should have
to?
come over there and slapped him.
I didn't hear
to this random girl.
You had mentioned seeking out an herbal concoction. Did you want to do that? Did you want to go? Let me find my list.
Yeah, I wanted to get the stuff needed to what's it called? Why am I drawing a blank? The Coel, so I can talk to my dad. And then I also wanted to buy some more arrows. I'm running low.
If you go for the arrows first, you will find that in the Crier Ward itself is where most of the well-honed crafters reside and will share their wares. The Penny Sword will have more cheaper, more uniform stock, basically. So if you just wanted to buy arrows, you'll find cheaper stuff out in the Penny Sword. But if you wanted to buy specialized, cool things, you'll get those in the Crier Ward.
Whatever's more sustainable and gets the job done. She doesn't really care about the fancy stuff.
Okay, so if you don't want fancy stuff, penny sword. But they will
Okay.
have some cool like magical arrows if you want to pick up stuff like that. Things that you could maybe coat your arrows in, stuff like that if you wanted. Or a nice new crossbow, blah, blah, blah.
I still have my crossbow. No, yeah, I still have my crossbow. I have everything. No, yeah. I'll just go there then.
Okay. So, sorry, there being penny sword for more uniform, cheaper things or specialized weaponry.
I think I said the first one, didn't I? So, yeah.
Okay, so going to the penny sword, it will cost you 2 silver going to and fro. So you can go ahead and mark off 2 silver. Work. Okay. And when you arrive in the penny sword, you'll find a small armory called... Okay, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. Go ahead and roll me just the first one that you find. Roll me a d4.
Oh, d4. 3.
3. The first one you come across is the steel chain. And this one seems to be, it's a pretty big building made out of brick and mortar. You go inside and the person running the establishment seems to be a short dwarven man, big bushy black beard. And this man is behind a counter that's a little bit too high for him. The building might have been created for taller individuals. But he's bustling behind this thing, carrying a box of what seems to be like metal beads, maybe ball bearings you recognize as you come closer, and they're just an open crate. And he's lugging this across, and with a giant heave, he lands it on top of the counter, which totally obscures him from your view. But then he kind of moves to the side, and you can see him again. He's like, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
I'm just looking to replenish my arrows. I'm running really low.
I've got arrows aplenty for you. That'll be, I sell in packs. Is that okay? Do you have a certain number in mind, or would you like 3 packs of 20?
How much is 3 packs of 20?
3 packs of 20 will be, we'll go with a gold and 2 silver.
I'll take it.
Gold and 2 silver per pack of 20, so that'll be, let me do the math. I'm sorry, I'm not good at the math. Then he pulls out a little abacus and he starts like tick, 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 tick. And he'll tell you that's going to be 3 gold and 6 silver.
Cool. Pay the man. You said 6?
So you get 3 packs of 20 arrows, totally stocking yourself. And
she's trying to quit shitting, so she'll go through 1 pack a day at this point, so it's a lot better.
Don't judge me, I'm trying my best.
He'll ask you if there's anything else that he could get for you of the simple armory, weaponry and stuff like that he sells here. I can get you armor, I could get you shields, I could get you a new... if you have the bow with you, he'll like see it and be like, I'll get you a new crossbow as well. I could get you anything you want.
Does anything catch my eye in particular in the shop?
In here, nothing will catch your eye. But as he sees you kind of like looking around for like more interesting things, he'll be like, and you know, I could connect you to my brother who lives over in the Crier Ward. He has better, like beautiful artwork of things. I do not have his talent, unfortunately. But I could connect you to my brother. If you're looking for something special.
I wasn't, but you know what? You piqued my interest. Why not?
Why not indeed? Okay, so you're gonna go up to the Crier Ward, and you're gonna ask around for Badurals. Badurals. He doesn't have a name for the shop. It's just Badurals.
Badurals. Okay, thank you.
You'll find some interesting things, no doubt. But thank you for the patronage. I appreciate anyone who comes into my shop as he starts stepping away with his like crate that he starts lugging again to the back. So up in the crier ward. By the way, did you want to hit a herbalist shop while you were in the Panisse ward so you're not jumping back and forth?
Yeah.
You run.
Yeah.
Does she run into us in the crier ward?
That's a good point. I would say this does coincide as you guys are coming to the Penny.
The crier ward. We're going to the crier ward from
to
an herbalist shop.
To an herbalist shop. Did you want to go to the crier ward for an herbalist shop, or did you want to go to the there's one in the Panisse ward as well? If you want,
I was going to the alchemist's aid in the choir ward.
Mm-hmm. There's one in Panisse that's called the. Oh, you know what? They don't have one in here. It's only in the crier ward. You'd have to go to the crier ward anyway. Sorry, I thought I had one in here as well. Mm-hmm.
Serendipitous.
Could we take a quick break? So I can...
Yes, 2 o'clock. 2 hours. Whoa.
2
o'clock, you guys.
Okay, cool.
See you guys in a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, hey there, Sugar Plum.
Hey there. How are you doing?
Fine and dandy. Very sad because you never read my messages.
I meant to. I totally forgot, though. I'm so sorry. I'll go back and do
it's
it
fine.
right after this, though.
You do it a lot. It's not like I'm not upset. I'm not actually upset. But like for those, because they were like several minutes, I was like,
I don't know how I miss the vocal messages so often. But
well, no,
I
you
guess
just miss.
a
You just
part of it
don't
is that I'll
scroll up.
see
I
like
don't
the
think.
main text or something. Yeah, because it'll jump down to like new stuff, and then it won't like. I don't know why, but sometimes it'll do this is the last message you missed kind of thing, and then I can tap on that, and then sometimes it doesn't do that. I'm not sure why. It might be because I'll sign in sometimes on my computer versus my phone, and on the computer it won't do that.
Okay.
And then that'll just make all of the messages red in that case, and then I just don't see it.
Because you've missed before when I've had like 6 or like 10 in a row, and then you just miss all of them.
Nuts.
But
What happened?
Oh, just on Messenger. Because sometimes he'll send me voice messages and then I'll miss it and like only respond to like what he wrote or something like that at the end.
I didn't know you could do that on Messenger. That's cool.
Yeah, there's like a little recording button right next to the text box or whatever. But yeah, a lot of times I'll use it. What?
Oh, I was saying, I was telling Rachel that you don't respond to me.
Oh, but what's it called? I'll use it a lot when I'm like driving or something, so that I can just record something I'm saying without texting it.
I text my coworker. Her and I text basically every day just about work stuff, and she always uses the. Well, she has an iPhone, so she can do the that on there. But I don't know. You can do it with Messenger. That's convenient.
Whoa, you're blonde now.
Hello. Who?
You.
You apparently.
Your hair does look a lot more blonde right now. Maybe with
it looks lighter.
It's my
I wouldn't say blonde, but yeah, it looks.
You actually.
I
look
would
pretty
actually
good
still
as a
say blonde. What do you mean she would? She was blonde for a while. You look so cute as a blonde.
I was never blonde.
I think right now the blonde your hair looks.
I was never
good. But at least what I consider to be blonde. Because like your hair as it is now, I would still consider it to be blonde. Like what I'm seeing kind of thing. Just because
by the way,
like blonde to me is just a light color.
Your thing.
Yay. It's the weird cup that I got for Rat. Like
I wouldn't call her hair brown.
Like
brown is Nathan's hair or my hair kind of thing.
Liz, I still think your hair is black.
Liz's hair is black.
Thank you.
Liz is not black. Calm down.
Also, appreciate the cool cups that I found at the thrift store.
Oh yeah, that is cool. So cool. I need to go to the thrift store here. I'm doing more stuff.
Those are really
with
cool.
This one girl, Tori, who's from like childhood and everything, and I'm actually like hanging out with her and her husband now. But still not doing anything else like outside of their house because they have kids and it's so hard to get them outside of the house. Or to do anything with her outside the house unless she brings her kids along, you know, which makes things more difficult. But her kids are adorable and I love them.
Be real time. Oh boy.
Oh, I totally thought you meant like figurative.
Be real with us, Liz. Be
literally being real. I was like, I guess this is all true information that I'm giving you.
Oh no, do I have to look good?
Everyone, don't look ugly.
Hi, call.
Don't tell me how to live my life, Rachel.
Oh, this is
I look
perfect.
ugly in these pictures so often. I just try not to look at it. Okay, so oh, we look so funny.
Also,
Isabel looks so cute.
I'll do mine
I
when
love
I'm
how
finished eating.
the picture in the little box is so different from the picture of you
is-
in the main photo.
I caught you at your best moment, Nathan. You look great.
Aaron caught me.
Oh,
already.
you
Thank you.
can't even see me.
my-
Hey
I look
guys,
so
don't
red
pay
in
attention to the comment. I meant to send that as a private chat, but apparently now that I'm an admin, I can comment.
Oh yeah, it came up on the
And
bottom.
I accidentally commented.
I was like, hello.
That was me.
I
My
was
bad.
gonna say at some point Rachel and I need to be basically put as admins because everyone else in the group would just like let themselves in.
Well, see,
and
I got
Too many.
I have no
admin
access
because
whatsoever.
I'm a DM. I'm a DM
You should-
now, guys.
I mean, I don't
DM.
care.
If
You
you
guys
DM,
can totally
you can
have
be a-
access. I just don't have
If
any
you
of the
DM.
passwords.
If you DM, you can be an admin.
There you go,
You have to
Kanari.
take a turn.
That's what you
You
need
have
to
to
do
take
now.
a turn
I
DMing.
mean,
You have to
being-
take a turn
being an
DMing to get to be an
admin
admin.
Being an admin doesn't
Doesn't really
do
mean
anything.
anything.
Yeah, you
I
can't
just
do anything
didn't realize.
You can do.
I mean,
actually,
I can
Besides
just-
add people.
I can.
You can
Well,
add.
I'm
I
saying
can
that
mute
we
you,
do.
Nathan. I can mute you. Ha ha ha.
Well, and I can unmute myself because I'm
Power.
also a host.
Exactly. So it evens out to be meaningless. So
No,
if
no, I'm
everyone's an
pretty sure-
admin, no one will be.
You can
So
mute
yeah,
someone, but I
don't
think
mind the
so
comments.
mute
That was
Anala, and I'm
everyone
pretty sure
has
Anala can still
superpowers.
unmute herself.
I can't. I have no power over anything.
No,
So,
if
I am powerless.
Liz mutes you, I'm
is
pretty sure you
fine.
can still unmute yourself.
I don't have
Oh,
admin
I
power
think you
in my
can
own
still
life,
unmute yourself.
so
Try it now.
just
Try it
saying.
now.
I muted you.
Can you unmute yourself?
Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can.
See, there's nothing
Um,
special.
But you can still do it in between other times.
It's just
normals
annoying
can't
when
do
you're
it.
like waiting in the waiting room and no one's paying attention.
It's true. It's true. I understand your
I'm
pain.
always
dear,
paying
that I am
attention
the
'cause I
cause
don't-
of your pain.
I don't
Liz
do
paying
full
attention?
screen,
No.
so I'm always
No.
paying attention.
No.
But I'm never here because Liz. never
Or
lets me.
you could DM a one shot and then
Yeah.
you could get admin privileges.
There you go.
But what if
Incentive.
By the
I'm
way, guys,
never
when are we
going
doing
to
my
DM?
one shot?
What if you just love me so much that you give me the power?
That's not how this works.
When are we doing my one shot, guys? When?
Wait.
Why not?
Let's talk about this later.
Oh,
Let's
oh,
let's get
oh,
back
oh,
into
oh.
things, guys. Let's roll.
Oh yeah.
Let's roll. Okay, so back into this. We are starting with. Oh yeah. So Anala, you'll have to go to the Crier Ward to go to the herbalist shop. So you're heading back there anyway. You already marked off your
Oh.
2 silver of coming to and fro
Boy.
from the wards, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So then coming back is you'll be heading toward either I think it's just the one option. Alchemist Aids.
Hey, we're going to the same place.
I know. Hi guys. Hello.
Yeah, you guys are like coming together about the same timing. It's kind of funny, a little coincidental, like magic.
Whoa. Illegal.
Almost like there's a higher power controlling what every person does and directing their path.
Like
The building
goddess
itself.
of factions. Something.
The building itself is a gray building, made out of what looks to be some sort of mud that's been colored gray somehow, but stucco, like a stucco kind of make. And as you guys are going inside, it strikes you as being there is no effort into the decoration whatsoever. There is nothing that's been put up, no portraits, no decorations of any sort. There's no engravings on the wall. Everything is just, this is how they bought the place. This is how it was like initially made. Nothing special to it at all. They don't care about how this place looks. Coming to the front, you're going to see a man that Carhali, is named Durlon. Just because of the general store running person who gave you the name of the person who runs it. And he's the one who runs Alchemist Aids. And he is presently at there doesn't seem to be a front desk of sorts. You just come in, and then there's a bunch of shelves along one side, and there's a man at his desk that's up against a wall and not facing you at all. So he doesn't notice you guys as he's working on something presently. He's got some little goggles down, and he's messing with the volume of 2 flasks that he's pouring into one. And you see a bit of a sparking, and a little puff. And then his hair kind of gets blown back a little bit, and it's kind of frazzled reddish hair. Not as red as Anala's, but reddish, more blonde, strawberry blonde vibes. And it gets blown back, and there's a little bit of a singeing at the edges of his hair. As he's like coughs and okay, that was not the right mixture. Okay,
what was the name again?
Durlon.
What was the name again?
Durlon.
Durlon, is it?
And he knocks over something that spills onto the desk, and he's like, storm it. And he grabs another, what looks like a cloth, and you see smoke rising from the table, and he's wiping it up.
I'll try to help him clean it up.
He's like, no, you're just going to ruin it further. Just stay out of my things, please. Please stand back there at the far end of the room. As he's cleaning up his mess. He finally gets it in order, and his hands are a little bit like rashy looking burns of like acid burn on his hands, and he's, how can I help you? How can I help any of you today?
Hi, are you good?
I am peachy. My apologies. And he kind of smooths himself out, takes a breath, pulls his hair back a little bit. I am Durlon. This is the Alchemist's Aids. What are you looking for?
I'd be looking for a few things, actually.
A few things. I have many things here.
Liz, what were the 2 other things I was looking for? There was assassin and
potions,
and then there was another thing.
Healing potion stuff to make healing potions, basically the materials for it. So you would buy at half price.
Just those 3?
Aga, this, assassins, Analika.
Yeah, I thought there was another thing.
Bibio Baka.
That'd be it.
Yeah. I'm surprised I remembered that.
I'm looking for some components. I'd be looking for aga petal, the ingredients for an assassin Anlika, the geobaka, and did I say aga petal already? And ingredients for my healing potion. I don't know if it's different from yours, but
She'll pull out the book and like read him the ingredients on that one.
Okay, so he's gonna listen to this, and his brow furrows pretty deeply, and he seems to get really quiet. Like he just gets to thinking about what you're telling him, and he starts to go through. He doesn't even really answer you or give any verbal response of any kind. Doesn't even acknowledge that you said it facially, and he starts going through all of his little vials, picking out things, putting things back. Because you're looking for the ingredients to all these things, not the finished product, right? Okay,
yes,
so
ingredients.
He's going to start pulling things. Go ahead and roll me a d6. If you roll between, if you roll between a 1 and a 2, he'll have the agapetal, which is more rare. If you roll a 1 or a 2 on a d6, he'll have the agapetal. He might not have it though. And then if you roll the ingredients for Assassin's Analika, that one, D4 for that one.
Okay.
And it'll be even or odd. So 50-50 chance.
And he's got, I'm assuming, stuff for a basic healing potion.
Basic healing potion, right off. So he pulls out those things first, and then he's going to be going through his stock to see if he has you mentioned.
The Bigeo Baka is a lot more common.
Bigeo Baka, he will also have that. Yes,
okay.
He will definitely.
So I'm just rolling for those 2.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been so happy to roll 2 1s in my life.
Oh, really? Okay, so wait. The D4 was actually even or odd. It was odd. They don't.
So I rolled ones on both.
It. Yes. Okay. So they have that. He has the agapedal, and he's like, I guess I do have it. And he puts it down, and you see it. He doesn't even like really say it to you directly, but he puts it on, and he's still kind of like mumbling to himself of the agapedal, and he's going to keep on looking through his stores for the assassins and Alika, and he's, you know what? I think I must have used the store for some other potion that I was working on. And he's not even really saying it to you, but he says it out loud. And he turns back and he's like, this is what I have.
Thank you.
The agapedal.
What'll that all be?
So the agapedal, it's rare.
The snob up at Restoration was trying to charge me some like 800 just for the ingredients. 800
for the ingredients. That's surprising, especially if you can destroy the agapedal so easily. It's such a precious plant.
What can I say? I like to think I'm adventurous in my trade.
Okay, so here are all the ingredients that you're going to need for the angel's trumpet. Agapedal. Be very careful with it. It is so rare, and I do not have another one in stock. But I can give it to you for 460. Make it 470. We'll take that because I was going to need it for another. Maybe I won't need it. And he continues just kind of mumbling under his breath to himself. He goes, 460. We'll keep it at that. You did try to help me clean up an acid splash, and that's not quite helpful for anyone's skin. Not that yours seems to be bothered much by that. No,
that's why I offered. Why do you think I would have offered?
If you have nothing else, I do have my own work to get back to.
I actually did have some questions about your work. They say you're a bit experimental.
Do you mind if I get back to my work as you speak? I can focus on both at the same time. Okay, so he puts on his goggles and he starts mixing some sort of brew in front of him. And it looks to be some sort of liquid, and it's turning white and blue, shimmering between the two.
Can I tell what it's supposed to be?
Roll me a medicine check.
That's a D12. Might be.
D12?
No, not. I didn't roll a 12. I accidentally rolled a D12.
Oh!
You said medicine?
Mm-hmm.
21.
21. That's really good. It's really hard to tell just based on what you're looking at with the liquid. But at a certain point, it starts to like evaporate, and instead of being a liquid anymore, it starts to settle into a dried out substance. Like all the liquid dissipates, and as at that moment, as it's transforming to like this dried out substance, you realize it's some sort of like, it strikes you as the description given in the book that you have of Mélisse de Noord, the powdered power.
Powdered power.
Mm-hmm. And it just strikes you. Just the fact that you rolled so high is what's telling you what he's working on presently. He's like, I think this is it. This must be it. And he's like looking to make sure it transformed correctly.
I've seen that in person.
And his eyebrows shoot up, and he turns back and he pulls up his goggles. He's like, you are learned in the arts of herbal remedies and potions.
You think I would be buying agapedal if I wasn't?
Some people buy things out of curiosity, out of things hearsay, or perhaps you're bringing it to someone else who would do it for you cheaper than I would.
Well, it is out of curiosity. I want to be able to do things that not even the priests of Taylor could do with their precious gifts.
And that is a very high bar indeed.
Well,
but one I also
the earth gives us what we need. The earth already gives us everything we need.
I would say I would beg to differ in certain cases, but man can definitely derive everything that they would need and more from the earth.
I like you. You seem like fun.
I don't know if I like you yet, but still to be determined. You seem interesting enough. You seem smart. As long as you're smart, you're good in my book. Good. Not necessarily liked. It's an interesting separation. Did you have anything else you wanted from me?
I think that was it.
Okay, then shoo, I have things to work on. Did you need anything? And he points at Kanari. Did you need anything? Points at Anala. Come forward. Okay.
I mean, not unless you've got some specialty.
Specialty.
Or,
Teas.
I mean, the only thing I thought you'd be interested in that I could make, he doesn't have, so I don't want to go back to that restoration place.
No, it's okay, girl. We'll just wait and find something somewhere else. It's okay.
Gesturing to Anala, did you still need Coel?
I did.
I know you mentioned it to me. And just the ingredients to make a single. Make that 2 draughts of Coel.
Did you mark off the gold already for the
Yes.
Cool. For the potions, by the way, that would have been a straight 50 gold. And then the healing potions. And then Bibliobaka, that would have been, let me look at the price range thing again.
Does he have enough where I could also buy a healing potion?
I was buying ingredients.
She was buying ingredients, so she's planning to make them for the 50 gold. If you wanted to buy an actual healing potion, it'll cost you 110.
And the 50 gave me enough to make how many?
50 per amount for one, basically. So if you wanted 2 healing potions, it'll be 100 gold in all.
I'll buy enough for her to make me one. I'll give him.
All of this will come with the possibility of her failing rolls, because if she fails rolls, she'll destroy the materials. So keep that in mind too.
That's okay.
I mean, if you all just give me like 50, could you give me 75 each for a healing potion in case I mess one up? I don't think I will, but just in case I mess one up. If I'm making...
I mean, sure, why not, I suppose.
4, not 5.
I'll give you 75.
Sorry, what?
I give you 75 to get some material.
Okay.
How much or how many portions per potion will you be buying then?
Let me see. It should be 5. 4.
Okay, so it's going to be, for the Bibliobaka, it will be 100 gold for the cut price of just the ingredients. It's still a powerful thing, and it's more common, but it's still an expensive thing, because it's like buying expensive medicine, in essence. It's like you're buying steroids kind of thing. I don't know how expensive steroids really are, but I'm thinking of just expensive medicine.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that was that much. But yes,
he gave you a pretty expensive concoction, just for free. But yes,
that's what was going through her mind. Was
Are
that
you still buying the Bibliobaka?
Jeskier gave her a very expensive potion.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. Good to know.
Because someone's in love with her.
Ooh, someone's in love. You know you love her. You wanna hug her.
Just, you know what? Yes. Can you go over with me how we're doing, like, if there's any expiration on things that I make on ingredients?
There's no expiration for the ingredients, we'll
Okay.
say. Just as a general stamp, but once you make it, if you mess it up, it's you lose the materials.
Okay. I'll go ahead and buy that then.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone
by the
gave
way,
me.
you can gain an advantage on making things if you're making it alongside someone else, if someone's helping you, backing you up, and stuff like that. As long as they know what they're doing and they can actually help with something like that. So if you like made it here, you could do it with him and stuff, and have advantage on the roll, and more likely that you won't fail. But that would take convincing him to actually let you do that, to do it with you, blah blah blah.
So I'll do the Bigeobaka for 100, and then I'll have 4 healing potions. So I'll be paying him 200 for that. But the 3 of them are gonna give me 75. But I'm just gonna pay for it now.
Got you. Okay.
So I'm paying him 3, 6.
So you can add 4 portions.
600. I'm paying him 660 gold.
Nice. 4 healing potion ingredients added to your inventory. 1 Bibliobaka ingredients added to your inventory. And then, what's it called? Agapedal he didn't have. He did have the Assassin's
Or sorry.
No, flipped.
Didn't have
Agapedal had Assassin's Anilica. They might have the ingredients at the place, but Assassin's Anilica is kind of more of a darker thing to have and something more of a lower ward. Like she probably actually
Yeah.
But you could try out some of the other one of the other shops. There's also Kunig's War Herbs, and then Weeds and Remedies from Penice. That's the one. There was one in Penice. Weeds and Remedies. I'm sorry, I saw the wrong piece of paper.
Okay, so I've got the Agapedal. I've got enough for 4 healing potions, and the Bigeobaka.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, yeah, that was all I had to get from him. Look, you seem very knowledgeable. I
am very
I know a bit, but I am still.
He's still working on other stuff all the time that you're talking, by the way.
If you could use an extra set of hands around here, I think I'm going to be around for at least another week or 2. If you'd like an extra set of hands, I wouldn't mind an extra set of eyes on a few of my own experiments.
Another set of hands.
Set of hands for a set of eyes?
Well, and he pulls up his goggles again. How about this? If you come back with a successful Agapedal, then I'll see that you have the expertise to actually help and not divert my work.
Deal.
And if you are with such a difficult process, then I will know that you have the skills necessary to not burden mine.
I'll try not to let you down.
Please do. And he'll turn back to his work and continue working on something. Something puffs. He's like, "Ah! I got it!" As you guys are kind of still kind of like there and like, am I leaving or not? Anala, did you want anything from here? Did you want to pick up some Coel? Because he'll have it more likely than not.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I asked him
earlier,
I didn't get the price. Yeah, we asked earlier, but I don't think we resolved how much it was. I asked for 2.
He would have told you 2. Okay, so for 1 it would have been it's an uncommon even rare item like here.
I know I paid Yev like 70 gold.
I think it was about
70 for a pre-made draught.
Oh, you're right, for the pre-made draught. Okay, so it's common then. Oh, well, no, uncommon still. But okay, so uncommon draught, 75 for the main one. It's going to be priced higher than that here, but it'll be about 8. It's only going to be 80 here for the made draught. Though depending on how many he has, I'll just roll to see how many he has.
He has a bunch. Can I get 2? I was getting have one as a backup. Just one as a backup.
Let's see. So 2 for Inala, and then that's going to be 80 gold per draught. And then Karhala, you wanted the ingredients. Let me just roll to see.
So then subtract 160.
He has 8 of the finished draughts. He has no more ingredients right now, but he does tell you could come in later and see if he has a new stock. And it'll take about his stock day. What day is it today? His stock day will be at the beginning of the week. So
it starts with an A. Hold on.
He basically just got a stock in at the beginning of the week, and then he made all of the stock of the ingredients that he had for the Quell because he knows it's a pretty popular item. So he's gonna have to wait another week for it to come in again for a new stock. He said that maybe some of the other sellers will have some available of some of the ingredients, basically, but he already made it because he knows people are going to be coming in and buying them, especially in the festival season.
That's fair, but I prefer to get all the experience I can.
That is very respectable.
Did he actually have any tea?
Oh, tea? He would have glanced around a bit, but he would come up with I don't have any tea. And with a bit of teas are boring.
Maybe he has psychedelic ones or something, But anyway.
Well, he probably has weirdling tea.
Weirdling tea.
Weirdling.
Okay, look at this. It's been a minute. Where are you, weirdling? Where is that? I don't see it.
Maybe that's something that I read elsewhere and you didn't actually give me. I thought it was a roll off the wild magic table, but it's just a hallucination. Mm-hmm. I swear it was in here. I'm not crazy.
You made it up.
It sounds familiar though.
Oh, yeah. It's in the miscellaneous section right underneath the aga petal instead of in the tea section.
Oh, okay. It's under the dehiver. Dehiver.
Yeah. I'll move it. I'm moving it on my dock to the tea. Oh, that's why you didn't put it in there.
He actually doesn't have this.
A common drink.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have this.
If he had a tea, that's what he would have.
Not dangerous.
I appreciate you trying to find one. That's okay. Oh well. All right. She'll be well then you're boring and leave. You're boring.
So you guys marked off the gold for the Quell.
So if I
you guys were buying
2,
I didn't get any.
What, 160?
Oh wait, I
one
paid
is
75
80
or something.
So 2 will be 160. Yes. And Kanari didn't pay anything, got it, and then Karhali's not picking up any, right?
Nope.
Okay. So in the Crier Ward, there is also Inala if you wanted to go to what's his name's place for some nice specialty weaponry.
Yes, weaponry. Let's go.
Where are you? Name?
Yes, if we have
I had a name for him.
Badurl.
Durlon, he'll be able to give you the name or the directions to Badurl's
Durlon.
smithy.
Cool.
Okay, so coming to Badurl's smithy. You come in, it's a pretty open air area. This seems to be a kind of your cliche dwarven smithy shop. Not shop. What am I saying? It is definitely not for the viewers of shop goers. It is purely for itself. There's no effort put into the decoration. Very similar to his brother's shop down in the Penice Ward. It is purely the place that they make the weapons. And you see a man who's presently facing away from you guys, hammering away at something, because this is a smithy, and he's bound to be hammering away at something. And then he puts it down into a big vat of water, and you hear that sound as whatever metal thing he was working on cools down immediately, and he puts it on to a thing, and he starts hammering it again and everything. Totally not paying attention to you guys until you guys approach.
You got some
Weapons.
Ting. Ting. And he's gonna turn very slowly, pausing in the swinging of the mallet, and he's gonna go, "I've got weapons. Do you have coin?"
Oh, I've got coin. Let's make this brief. What do you got?
What do you want?
A fancy stick, preferably.
Money fancy sticks. Come with me. And he leads you into the back. Just registered. He leads you into the back room where it's pretty dim lighting in here. The sunlight that's coming in from the midday sun and everything is good enough, though, bouncing upon the walls to light up the room for Anala as she's walking in. He leads you up to a table that's got lots of things just piled on top of each other. What seem to be some fancy sticks from Anala's viewpoint, but you hear a lot of clanging and moving, thumping and stuff as he's pulling something out from below, and he pulls up 2 sticks. One to Anala looks a lot more intricately made, like metal what's it called? Designs curling around wood, and the other one seems to be wooden with multiple engravings upon it. These 2, and he's gonna pull one up, show it to Kanari, and actually realizes what he's doing at the moment as he locks eyes with you, and you don't lock eyes with him. And he pulls your hand gruffly, and you feel a calloused hand kind of grabbing yours and pulling it up to feel the staff, one of them, and then he moves your hand to feel the other one, and you feel the metallic versus the wooden, straight wooden. And he'll tell you that both of these, one is titled the he goes, the Staff of Chaos for one. This is the Staff of Chaos. And then the other one, this one, and he pulls your hand. So the metal one is the wooden one, the Staff of Chaos. And then the other one he shows you is the Staff of Defense, he says, because it protects you.
Chaos. Go for it.
Very, very well. He goes, these are the 2 fancy sticks I have.
All right, and she's gonna kind of. Is there room around here to swing them a little bit, or is she just gonna smack into stuff?
You sense that there's not a lot of room in here, but you could definitely swing around. And you personally could avoid hitting people.
She just kind of a little bit, just kind of wants to feel the weight and the speed of them and stuff, and kind of just.
You twirl one, and it's well balanced. The wooden one, light, quick, and you can feel how much your damage would affect. And as you swing it, you tell me, Kanari, actually, of what damage element, basically, would you think Kanari would come from a Kanari soul? Just, if this could represent Kanari in a damage type, what would it be?
That's a good question.
As you swing it and you feel this magical essence reaching into you.
I mean,
fire.
What?
I think fire damage.
Do you know all the damage types?
There's acid damage, cold damage, fire, force, lightning. I would say force is not a part of this. Force is not a part of it. Necrotic, not a part of it. Piercing, not a part
psychic.
of it. Poison, not a part of it. Psychic, it could be. I could see that playing out. And then radiant, not a part of it. Thunder. So basically between acid, cold, fire, lightning, and thunder.
Or bludgeoning.
It's bludgeoning, not so much. This will give her basically, because it's originally going to give bludgeoning and everything, this will give her a different type of damage.
Gotcha.
If I would say psychic makes most sense, but if you're not allowing psychic, then probably
no. Psychic, I thought made sense.
Okay,
based on you as a character,
it would be would make the most sense, I think, character-wise for her.
In essence, that's concept I would be going for is that whenever you swing it and hit someone, the pain vibrates even more, and it just hurts more than it should, and therefore attacking their psyche rather than their physical body. In that,
That's so fun.
And this is
you recognize the fact that it recognizes you, and it will reflect you as a person, and it connects you deeply. That's the wooden one with the engravings upon it.
Which was the
Staff of Chaos.
Staff of Chaos, okay. And the metal one is the Staff of Defense.
Mm-hmm.
And what vibe do I get off of that? Like, what is something?
As you spin that one, the effect on this one, you feel how easy it is to swing it around. And it's almost like it gives you more of an understanding of what's going on around you, in which case you know that you could defend so much easier with this. Meta, +1 to your AC, and it allows you can feel magic vibrating in it, and you know inherently that it would give you access to magic. Spells specifically, he could tell you if you asked.
This one seems to have a little bit of a more to it than just the average, what exactly it's got going on in it.
Blessed by Taylor himself, the Staff of Defense. Taylor will defend you with the spells of, and he'll tell you that it gives you the spells Mage Armor and Shield as something that you can cast with this. It would give you, I'm not sure, I would have to look up directly how many charges it would have, but
that's cool. Oof.
Making it more expensive, but these are the two that he has.
Okay, so, and she'll ask him, like, how much are they? What kind of prices are we looking at here for these bad boys?
You do have 1,000 gold from the tool job that you have not spent any of, just so you know.
And do we have any
in addition to yours? That is what you have of the party fund.
In the party fund, 1,000? Okay.
You have 1,000 in the party fund.
By the way, for more of a meta mechanical thing, for the Staff of Chaos, it will give you basically all the damage that would be bludgeoning would instead be magical and whatever the psychic damage that you can inflict, kind of thing. So it would all be that sort of damage. So if people are immune or stuff like that to regular bludgeoning damage, it wouldn't apply to your quarterstaff in the sense that you're giving psychic damage instead.
I see.
Mm-hmm. And then
the amount of damage.
Say it again. Same amount, yes, but it would be a +1. So in essence, it's a +1 staff, and then it translates all of the damage to that other, the other damage type. Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
As well as when you roll a natural 20, you get an additional 7 on top of whatever damage you have.
7 damage. Ooh. Okay. All right.
Wow. So that's the vicious Staff of Chaos there.
And those are cool.
And that's going to be 700 gold for that one.
Okay.
700. And then the Staff of Defense, being that you can cast magical spells with it, as well as a +1 to your AC. It will be a lot more, being 3,800 for something that casts magical spells.
That makes sense. I don't have that kind of money.
Yet.
Wow. Oh.
So as you contemplate this, Inala, he will turn to you and ask you if you're looking for anything as well, because he does see the crossbow that's hidden, that's slung across your back. Inala, did you want anything from the armory? Because I think you were looking for arrows, right? Or did you want a new crossbow that's like a cooler crossbow?
There's nothing really wrong with the crossbow I have now.
And if you don't go for the crossbow and everything, he will offer up arrows. He has specialty arrows here.
What kind of specialty arrows?
Anything you could have possibly think of. I make them all. For instance, he'll pull out. Oh, okay. So he'll pull out one he's the most proud of, and this one, it'll be a pair of arrows, and he'll say that both of them have to be shot to two individuals during the same fight, but in essence, they will switch the minds of the targets for 24 hours. It's the craziest thing that he was able to create. For 24 hours, it'll switch the minds of the characters pierced.
How much?
Like the bodies will stay the same.
Like, this one is probably
like
one
it's
of his
like Freaky Friday, right?
That's amazing.
It'll be 20,000 gold for the single arrow. The pair for that
What does it do?
Happen. It switches the minds.
Like, have you seen Freaky Friday where
like
their minds like they switch? Yeah, like that for 24 hours. 20,000.
And you said 20,000 gold.
Imagine the things that you could do with it, though. If you pierced yourself and some powerful individual or something like that, you could flip your bodies for like a few minutes for the whole day,
or
for however amount of time you need.
You just switch minds with a toll, and then she gets to live for the day, and you don't.
No, not so much. A soul would have to be present in this body.
So it wouldn't work.
Nala would not like that, but me would love that. 20,000?
Mm-hmm. He does do a side comment that this is something he has found. It's an antique. It's old magic and everything. He never created it. He hasn't been able to recreate it since. But it is quite amazing.
I don't have 20. I can't. I don't have that money.
But so that was just an example. He has all kinds of crazy nuts.
Dang it, Liz.
He also has something a little bit more
later.
A cool but a little bit less expensive thing, and he'll pull out the ever true arrow and he'll show this to you, and it'll be a beautifully made arrow. You can tell just by looking at it how balanced, how perfect it is. And he says that if you fire this, it will make your mark. No matter what happens, it will make your mark. A target will be hit, not the one you're aiming at necessarily, but it'll hit someone. And it'll continue to travel across any, like, you can basically ricochet this and aiming for a creature and everything, and it'll hit.
Why am I thinking cabbage?
There's a creature nearby, an additional creature might hit them instead, but like it'll hit that general area, a creature, no matter what.
Why am I thinking Cabbage Man from Avatar, where just the cabbage guy's always there and he just gets hit constantly? Just like his arrow just keeps hitting him whenever she misses someone. Just
he says this one is only 100 gold for the arrow.
Explain to me what it does again.
Basically, you shoot it, it'll hit someone, no matter what. In theory, if you're shooting far away from your friends, it's not going to hit them. It'll hit at least a enemy, kind of thing. If not the main enemy.
So it's within like a certain feet of them? Or it just hits, like it always hits someone, no matter...
It'll always hit someone, no matter what. Yeah. So if you shoot into a group, it'll definitely hit one of them. If you're shooting into a group aiming for a big bad guy kind of thing, if you roll lower than maybe like a 10 or something like that, it'll still hit someone. It just probably won't hit that main guy that you're aiming for. There's also a grapple arrow that he'll show you. This one can hold up to 400 pounds. Wait, let me double check that. Up to 300 pounds of weight. And then he'll give you an attached rope that's a lightweight rope that can travel with it. In essence, shoot it up to the top of a tower and you can climb and it'll be able to lodge very well and hold a lot of weight.
How much is that one?
That one's only 50 gold.
Oh, I'll definitely take one of those.
Okay, so mark a 50 gold and write down grappling arrow.
And then you said 100 for the ones that will always hit.
Yes, 100 for the ones that will always hit, no matter what. Let's see.
I'll take.
He also has one that's a net arrow. It has like an exploding net, kind of like from the movies and everything when they have those like exploding net grenade things and stuff. So in essence, you shoot a target and it'll explode a net around them and tie them up.
How much is that one?
That one is 50 gold as well. So the head of it,
I can reuse these, right? Like
no,
no.
one use wonders. That's why it's still pretty expensive because they're specialty, but they are specialty.
Including the grappling one.
Grappling one, you know what? That one is probably reusable.
That was gonna say I can probably reuse that one.
That right? One lodges in. The net one though, it's like a little clay pot at the tip of it, and it'll explode, and then a net will pop out of it. But then you can't put the net back into the little exploded.
And then the ones that always hit, those can be reusable also.
Those ones, if you ask, he'll tell you that it will not. It will not have the same spark magic that makes it travel. True.
Then,
like it'll still be reusable as a regular arrow, but not as the magical version of it.
You know, I'll take one of those then. The ones that always hit, just one of them though.
Okay.
You can't really.
Okay, so mark off 100 gold and add an ever true arrow. Did you want a net arrow, by the way?
Since I can only reuse it once, no, I'll pass on that one.
He also has training arrows that he'll show you. Those make no damage whatsoever. They just plunk and hit things like Nerf guns. It might hurt a little bit, like bruise you, you know, but not like actual damage. He'll have... Let's see. Is there anything else that you're like thinking of specifically, interesting wise?
Wait, DM, how much are the training arrows?
Training arrows, he'll say like each one is about 5 copper a piece.
Okay. Kanari's gonna go ahead and buy like 10 of them. How much is that?
5 silver.
5 silver?
Mm-hmm. Training arrows. Interesting thought. And okay, so anything anyone wants to buy at the armory guy. At Batterell's place.
Carhali didn't come in. She's sat down outside.
Okay.
Kanari's gonna like tell him like, let me think about it. These are both beautiful staffs, and I'm just trying to decide what one's good for me. But I promise you, I'll be back here. So let me just think about it for a couple days. It's a lot of money.
One must think about fancy sticks before choosing between them. So he nods at you solemnly as he leads you guys out, takes in all his money, gives her the arrows that she has paid for. This man, he's a little bit taller than his brother from Anala's point of view, and his hair is a little bit more grayed out, but they seem to look pretty alike, to be honest. So moving on then, Nemo, you get the letter, leave the temple. What did you want to read it now, or are you heading back to the ward?
So how long? That would probably take most of the day, right? To go there and then to the new place and then.
I would say it only took you about 4 hours, 6. Oh, you're right. Going up. By the way, guys, your guys' trip between the wards and everything would have taken. It's coming on evening now. Like closing of times for the rest of the day. Just traveling about because it is just more. It's just time consuming to travel across the city.
Would it have been faster if we took our horses?
Like later afternoon. It would have been faster, yes. If you take your horses, it would cut down to more like 3 p.m., 2 p.m. instead. But problem is that you can't go like it's not like you can gallop through the city or anything. You're still moving at a pretty slow pace, even for horses. But it would cut down.
If it would speed things up, we would.
Mm-hmm.
We totally would.
Nemo, if you took a horse, it would have also cut down on your travel time. So you would be making it back in the afternoon, early afternoon.
I don't know if I would have taken a horse, but For brevity's sake, I guess I would. Sure, yeah, I'll take a horse.
Or is there anything else you're doing for the rest of the day, or are you guys all going to be collecting back at the inn?
When they
good.
walk out of the blacksmith shop, Carhale's sitting on the ground outside the door, flipping Atoll's holy symbol back and forth in her fingers, waiting for you guys.
You see Nemo. Nemo's probably back inside the inn already himself, but you'll see Anala and Kanari walking up after they've gotten their weapons. You would have returned earlier than she would have.
Okay.
No, I was waiting outside of the shop for them.
Oh!
I didn't leave. I didn't leave. I was just sitting out there waiting for them.
Mm-hmm.
I was staying with them.
Paid for prizes.
I don't know if there's anything else I really need to do today. Is there anything you guys, Carhale, what do you need?
Need to track down a Merrick Lake Hall. In case you guys have forgotten, we're kind of wanted by the ministry. Just gonna see if you can maybe help us iron that out.
The ministry that has your names, the ministry Nemo just picked up a letter for a toll barden, a name given to them just recently.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should probably...
I know that.
I think we should probably move places for staying tonight, by the way.
I agree.
And stay vigilant, because this is not... We can't live in here as well as I'd hoped for.
Anala, have you ever dealt with the ethereal before?
Anala?
Oh, sorry, my audio. Did you say something? My audio cut out.
Yeah, sorry. Have you ever dealt with the ethereal before?
I did. It was...
You knew the whole code phrase thing that with Give. You have dealt with them before?
Precious stones.
Mm-hmm. Can't find it, dang it. I have.
Oh, the phrase is precious stones are priceless. And then the answering phrase is, they are what make life worth living. In essence, just a code interaction to tell one ethereal to the next that they are both of the ethereal.
Do you know anyone? Anyone that we could try to get into contact with to get Yeely home?
The only names you know...
Oh, go ahead.
The only names you know in Ala are Althea Tooley and Captain Althea Tooley, known as the... actually, would they have traded their actual names? They did, right?
Yeah,
she told her
name.
Known as the seer, Althea Tooley.
Thea gave Anala like her whole backstory.
And then Zora known as the Gypsy. Those are the only two names, because the only two people that you really worked with. You also know of Gypsy. Training initiates of the ethereal being Huron and Killian. But they were just kids.
Okay. I'll relay all that to her.
You know the seer.
Oh yeah.
Who's the seer? What's up with that?
Why am I drawing blank on everything right now?
The one who almost killed Jaskier.
Ooh, that's
Name, description, anything you can give me. I promise I won't kill them.
Anala, you'd be able to give her everything that she's asking for if you wanted to.
You. I will. Sorry, I know I have it in here.
I sent it to you in a text.
I just can't
over Messenger.
find it. Recent
over Messenger. Not. I mean, we don't message much on Messenger. It's just D&D stuff on Messenger.
This seer also had given you a very unnerving foretelling that you would be in trouble. And it occurs to you now, thinking back on her, that you did end up coming into trouble just a little bit after when you left, when you went to the temple and got snatched and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She also told you to tell your friends that she said hi, or that the seer said hi. He was referencing. She said, "Tell the ones you saw at the warehouse. What were they? The blind one, the pretty one, and the stone one. Tell them I said hi."
Oh boy. Nemo's the pretty one? Fair enough, I suppose. We all look pretty weird. Did you ever tell us that, Anala?
That is what she told you.
Anala, do you relay this information?
I do. I'm sorry, Erin. I know you did send it to me, but like with my notes and then all this, it just got all lost.
It's just in Messenger. It's a super huge freaking long text.
And no worries, I lose my notes all the time.
Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3. Like it's right after all the links I sent you about my campaign.
Okay. By the way, they won't be returning until like late afternoon, like 5, like early evening. Even with the horses and stuff, they just won't be returning at night. So you do have like time to do other things if you had other things in mind. If you wanted to seek out a library, or if you wanted to seek out a magical shop or anything, you could definitely do so.
Come on, just a name. Anything.
What do you want, Karhale?
The seer is the only connection that I have with Jaskier right now. Based off of Geeves trusting whoever the seer was, I told him to try to contact the seer. And I don't even know what their name is.
Oh.
It was
Anala, you can tell her the
a rash decision.
To leave. You know it. Just tell her that. It's fine.
It's Thule.
Althea Thule.
Okay, I'll Althea Thule. There.
She knows.
Yeah, Anala knows. I'm just flustered because I can't find anything.
It's okay. So. We get it. But Anala knows.
Anala knows.
That's okay. Anala knows, and she can convey that to Karhale, and Aaron Meta knows. So by extension,
hey, Liam doesn't know this, but Caleb would. What time is it right now in the day? Are we coming back?
But the opposite.
Yeah,
but the opposite. Karhale doesn't know crap. Aaron knows all.
Liam is so great.
Okay. This is fantastic. I mean, hey, maybe he might trust another former military. What did I get him into? This is fine. I'm fine.
Nothing more than he was already in, Karhale. He's a big boy. He's in the military. He can handle it.
Did you want to try to seek out Merrick LaCall within the city tonight?
Yes, that was my intention.
He was the cleric, right? Or he was the...
No. Anala knows the name.
He was part of her old crew, and they're still close, right?
Yeah, he's part of Thea's old crew, and they're still close.
Oh.
So Jaskier apparently met him at Basic, and they became friends.
Right, the letter. So
Connections.
that's fun. Connections.
Fun.
So hypothetically,
he was part of Thea's old crew, but they were. If Jaskier might have been basic, then they're on opposite sides. Okay. Anyway, it's fine.
No. Thea and Merrick met in basic.
Oh,
Same time Merrick met Jaskier. It's just Thea and Jaskier never like really met or like became friends, but they definitely knew of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Thea is one of those obnoxious prodigy kids, so Jaskier definitely knows who she is.
She runs with that crowd, you know. Jaskier is also kind of like out, like a kind of a bumpkin, or at least considered like a country kid in a sense. So like he was in the Manning City for a little bit, but then he was like, I don't really like belong here, so I'm gonna go back home, kind of deal. But yeah. So in seeking out Merrick LaCall, how would you approach that? Because Jaskier would tell you in reference that he used to work with him military-wise, but he didn't give you any other, like, Jaskier wouldn't even really know where he is now, say. So would you approach asking about him, just maybe asking general store person, just anyone to see if they recognize the name, or, like, going straight to the military base and just walking up that way and requesting to speak with Merrick LaCall, and that way? How would you go about this?
I think I'd go straight
also,
to...
did you want to contact a funeral home about a toll? Because as of now, her body will start decomposing.
He was trying to decide on the...
Okay, so just so that's on your guys' mind. But Merrick LaCall first. What would you... what do you think?
Do I know... Is the military directly related to the ministry, or are they like separate entities?
The military, so there's basically three prongs of power inside Tal, and there's the royalty, the king, then there's the ministry, and then there's the military. They're all separate, and they're in theory supposed to keep each other kind of like accountable in a sense. The king does have overall say, but he can't go against both the ministry and the military at once, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So if both of them go against him, then that's a thing. But all of that is moot at the moment because the king is underage and the regent is presently presiding the royalty position. So the honoress is acting as regent in the stead of the young Sun King Kajin right now. So presently the military, they're close in contact with the ministry, and if there's a problem that has to do with the ministry that comes up, then they'll be like, oh hey, this is your problem, go deal with it. But like they're kind of separate beyond that. So in reference to you guys being wanted by the ministry right now, the military might not know that off the top of their heads, kind of thing. Okay. But it might get around eventually that like, oh, they're looking for these people, oh wait, I saw them just recently or something like that.
Okay. And so I'd go just straight to the military base.
Does the monastery fall under the ministry, or are they another branch, basically?
They're another branch, almost on their own. And to be honest, from your just knowledge of living within the monks and stuff, most people don't really understand why you guys are allowed to exist. Because you guys are like an off-branch religion of Taylor, the main religion.
We're like a cult within a cult of Taylor.
Exactly. So people are like, why are they even like
call them a different name and
creepy like they are and stuff like that? But for some reason, you guys are allowed to exist on your own. So you guys are kind of considered to be a separate branch of like information and like just another denomination of this religion, a creepier one, but another denomination.
And you said that the honoress is ruling in place of the Sun King. So is that Adine Houghton?
No, Adine Hot. I don't know. Adine Hot is a son of one of the noble houses, in essence. Okay. He's one of their kids, and so he's just a well-known face, folk hero of the city right now. Mm-hmm.
He's a champion of honor, though, right?
Yes, he is has been given the title Champion of Honor. So everyone's like, oh wow, he's so cool. Oh my gosh, he's so hot and everything. Everyone's like into him right now. He is the celebrity of the city right now.
Right.
You guys haven't had the pleasure yet, but the festival is going on as you guys have been traveling, the festival is going on around you guys. What's it called? Tonight is going to be another reenactment. So about 8 p.m. they're going to have the reenactment go on in the main the upper city in Array, and there's been like booths and set up festival of champions setups around the town that you guys have kind of been going around trying to do your business and stuff.
Okay. So the honorist is someone different who's reigning instead of the Sun King, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Honorist. Where's this man's name? Yeah, the honorist is just the regent that's been doing the things that the king normally would ever since the king passed away earlier.
Okie dokie.
You guys don't have to go with me to see this guy. I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? I don't want you getting... we're all kind of at risk here right now.
And I know the...
Honorist Rubdon.
Rubdon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going straight to the military base. I don't know where else I'd find him. I'm hoping he's here in Eralt and not deployed off somewhere. So there's a chance I might not even be able to speak to him. I was hoping to see if we could iron out the whole us being wanted thing.
Well, that would be good.
I was going to try to send a letter to Jeskier, but that's unimportant.
I don't know if I would help or hinder you in trying to smooth things over. Honestly.
I mean, you can come with me if you want to, but no, I'll be okay on my own.
I feel like the monastery and the ministry have not necessarily been close friends, so maybe better if I don't go with you.
Okay.
If you don't think the company's needed, I'll stay behind.
But if you want somebody to go with us, we can try to disguise ourselves or whatever.
I think I'll be okay, but I wanted to say to you, Kanari, I was a bit harsh last night about you reading my thoughts. I appreciate the concern you showed for me.
Oh yeah, that was last night.
That's crazy.
It really, truly means a lot to me that you were worried enough to resort to that. I think that's a huge step in the right direction. So, don't do it again.
Thanks.
But thank you.
No, you weren't harsh. That's not. But I appreciate. You don't need to be sorry. It's okay. Anyway, but yeah, I care about you. Punches you in the shoulder.
Woo! Says Ty.
Are you okay? The both of you. I know I've been a little bit in my own head today.
Well,
it's understandable.
Hope did just die, so I can understand you being, not sunshine and roses, but
Kanari and I will be fine. You need to worry about yourself for once.
No, yeah,
I don't do that. That's not my job.
You should do it more often.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I did something for myself, it blew up in my face in quite a spectacular way. So I think I'll just keep doing what I was raised to do, and that's protect people. Even though I'm a complete failure at that. But hey, failing to protect the last priest of Taylor apparently runs in the family, so it's fine.
If you're not
4
a
of the
failure,
5 are still alive. That's pretty good.
exactly.
2 out of 4 of the people I've loved the most deeply are dead. 1 almost died like 2 weeks ago, and I would have been powerless to do anything about it. My mother could die at any moment, and I would be powerless to do anything about it. So that would be 4 out of 4. So,
well,
I'd say my track record isn't looking great.
maybe they would have died a whole lot sooner if you weren't there. So maybe if you keep beating yourself up about it, you're going to overlook the things you could be doing to actually protect them. You focus on your failures, that's where you're going to stick. So I'm just saying.
I don't focus on my failures.
You kind of do.
That's
I
all you
let
talk
them-
about, so.
You do a little bit. And if you keep focusing on your failures, you'll just only see failure going forward. And
Sure.
you'll keep failing.
Their motivation to, I don't know. This
So,
isn't what I
Carl,
wanted to say.
You can keep
Anyway.
going, sorry.
Oh. I was actually supposed to say something
Sorry.
supposed to say something very wise and profound to you. Totally unrelated. This isn't about me.
Oh, right, go for it. You can tell me the wiseness that you have.
It's just based on what I've seen of the acolytes and what you've told me of them. They probably taught you that, like love and kindness and compassion, those are weaknesses. And they're often mistaken for softness. And I wanted to make sure you knew that kind people aren't born that way. And I think you know a bit now about the hurt and the violence it took to make me the way that I am. Compassion is the quietest power. The ultimate act of rebellion is insisting on compassion in I know loving people and losing them, it hurts for a really long time. If you hold back from loving people, it just turns into pain. And that kind of pain you can't harness or use. You just have to carry it. I just don't want you to have to carry that. You already carry a lot of hurt. And, well, just because you carry a lot already. And just because you carry it well doesn't mean it's heavy, not heavy.
I hear the words you're saying, and I am trying to comprehend them slowly. So I will think about that before I brush it off. But as for now, the pain is good, and the compassion and kindness is a leisure that most cannot afford. So maybe right now my goal could just be protecting those who do have it, like a toll, and trying to find a way for them to keep it, I suppose.
I guess that's good enough. But
for now, I think I'm a slow learner, so just Sometimes you gotta knock it in my head a couple times. So just give me a little while, okay?
I really like her. Tie in your mind.
No one asked.
Won't be doing any knocking. I'll bring it up again.
You actually might do better if you are punching me while you're teaching it to me. I tend to retain those things so much better. Anyway.
I know. You know how I fight, and I don't think you want that.
You guys should spar it out.
We should. I would love to spar it out. Anyway.
You know what?
Boy.
If you'll listen to me ramble on about how the world is devoid of compassion, I'll spar with you.
Fair enough.
And I promise I won't hold back.
Okay, so Nemo, as you're coming back from the Telori ministry and everything, as you're leaving, go ahead and give me a perception check.
It'll be an 11.
11. Okay, you don't notice anything heading back to the crier ward. Is there
14?
passive's 14? That is a good point. The passive will be that you would notice something kind of off in the crowd around you, and you're like, is that a familiar face? Is that a familiar face? Something, and you could feel that something was off, but when you tried to zero in on what exactly it was, you don't quite catch, and you're like, it must have been, it just must have
On
been
the
in my head.
crowd?
Yeah, it's like you could have sworn you saw maybe someone watching you, but checking again, double taking and stuff. It's like, okay, I must have been imagining it, kind of thing, as you continue back home. But is there anything else you're doing up until now? If you head back to, you'll basically have the inn to yourself and everything, because they've been out basically all day. And you'll see them coming back later in the evening, more around like 5 kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But and then Karhale disengaging again as she leaves to go to the console ward, because that's where you would be going for the military contact.
No, just drinking probably.
Okay. Just drinking. Karhale, go ahead and mark off 2 more silver for going between wards. Actually, make that 3 silver, because you'll have to go through 3 wards.
We are at like a tavern
to get to the console ward.
Inn, right?
Okay. Oh no, you won't. Sorry, we're at the top. Console is right to the right, down below. It's south. Can't think directions, but it's right below.
Sorry,
Milo,
I cut out for a minute. What did you say?
We're at like a tavern inn, right?
You guys are at a tavern / inn. It's not like a tavern for like public. It's more of a tavern specifically for your guys' use of the people that are in the inn. But you'll still have some workers coming in here and there. I
will, for the extra time that I have while they're out doing whatever, I will obviously so I will just talk to random people and see if there's any information I can get on black market, but like I'm trying to think of the best way to...
basically the resident rumors.
Sure.
I do have some notes for that. Okay, so give me a persuasion check, because this will be basically you sitting down, chatting people up, trying to overhear things that people are saying, trying to seem like just one of the gang, someone you could talk to.
One of the gang.
14.
A 14. Okay, so that's pretty good. First off, you recognize that people are saying that... Okay, main thing that's going on, main thing people are talking about, war with the druids. That's the main thing that's going on right now, because you hear that the Scripties are coming into town. People are going to be people are a lot of the lower ward people, and even like sewer trash. They're going to be picked up by the scripties and pulled into the military. People are going to be drafted come the next few weeks and everything. But that's going to happen probably after the festival. They're assuming, because like, why would you mess up the festivities like that? Why would you like make the basically it's that whole give and pull. You make the people feel happy with the festival, then you come in and sweep in and take their kids and press them into the army. So that's going to be coming up soon. And that's what people are basically talking about. The war with the druids. There's been a lot of damage that happened up in this western city titled... Okay, so this northwestern city called Tidran. Tidran itself was overrun by a lot of fighting, basically, and it was almost completely destroyed. They're not really sure what exactly went on up there, beyond the fact that no messages, nothing, people who have family up there aren't hearing back from them, stuff like that. It's like real damage up there, and a lot of the army has been deployed to go up there to see what exactly went down and what kind of chaos ensued, basically. So that's one of the things that's going on. Other information people are talking about, people hope it won't affect them since they're farther south and everything. Talk of what just recently happened. There was a whole sweep through the city through multiple different factions, multiple different guilds and stuff like that, picking out hidden mages, mageborn, the shaitan that have been hidden within the city. That's where, and it clicks for you that there's people hanging out, like the whole row of corpses that you guys saw walking in was probably that recent sweep through. And give me an intelligence check, just really quick. Investigation.
Oh, natural 1.
Okay. Nothing occurs to you about that information.
So 0.
But there was a recent, basically, a raising of multiple different hidden shaitan, plants of what they say must be the ethereal, spoken in like low whispers of like dangerous whispers, right? Let's see. Oh, and there's also talk of Lady Lusitania has returned back to her home. Basically, the lady who had married out into a far out family has returned home just recently.
Home being Geralt.
The way she just so casually dropped that, like, oh, the last little tidbit you hear, Lady Lusitania's here.
Geralt? Home being Geralt.
Home being Geralt. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this.
Interesting.
That's basically all that you can gather with a 14.
Okay.
A lot of people are worried about this war, though. And the scripties, a lot of them are worried that their kids might end up getting pressed.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the main concerns right here. The other things were kind of like throwaway concerns. Let's see.
Cabbage Patch is doing very good.
Oh, and did you want to work on... So that'll be kind of like the intake that you're getting back. And then Kanari and Anala eventually return. Kurhale, the Console Ward, 2 silver to get there. Come back. Where would you like to approach? There's multiple different places you could go. You could go to City Hall. You could go... This ward will have banks, museums, the military training grounds, the training grounds for the what is it called? The kids' training grounds where they set like the boarding school training for the military. I forget what it's called, but it's the one where Jaskier met Merrick. The Forge, thank you. The Forge will be there, located in the console ward. There will be the patrollers, where the crawlers are probably from. Patroller headquarters, stuff like that. What would you want to approach?
Is there any like barracks or anything of that nature?
Definitely multiple different barracks. Barracks for different groups within the military. You could just approach one at random if you'd like. It'll basically just take you time. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's gonna take you a couple hours as you approach one barracks, and they're gonna be like, if you drop the name Merrick LaCall, they're gonna be like, well, no, wait, it's not gonna take them hours. What am I saying? You drop the name Merrick LaCall, and they're gonna go, LaCall. Merrick, and they're gonna kind of like say it under their breath a bit. Then they're gonna be the Premier's son, and you're gonna be like, okay, Premier, and then it'll register that that's the governor of the ward itself. And I've never met the man, never met the kid. No idea where he is. And they'll kind of send you off to someone else, and it will actually take you a good hour or so of people being like, I don't know what the youngest son is doing. Like, why would I know? And kind of passing you along different people and hearsay, until finally someone probably around like 8 p.m. of asking around and getting kind of bounced between military compounds. Someone will say that, like, you know what? I've heard he's been training there. I've heard that the Premier is planning on making his son the head patroller of the patroller headquarters, basically the new head patroller. So he's presently in training, working as a lowly night walker kind of thing. So there's crawlers, which are kind of like the upper tier of the police officers in this city, and then you gather that the walkers are basically foot patrollers kind of thing, and probably the lowest rung that you could start on kind of thing. So he has been put onto some sort of patroller round, and you'd have to go to the patrollers headquarters to find out where he is and stuff like that.
Okay.
And which case you can. It is pretty late into the night, but they're open 24/7 because it's the police headquarters. They are always having walkers going about. So going there, the person will probably give you a little bit of a why are you asking? Who are you? Do you wish to do this kid harm? Stuff like that. So you're gonna have to give me a persuasion check real quick of just convincing this guy to give you the information of merit.
I'd say I'm a friend. I'm just looking to see an old friend that I haven't seen in a while.
They would kind of give you a little questioning glance of like, how would you know this pretty highborn kid looking you up and down kind of thing. Still give me that persuasion check.
I'd ask if they know him.
Of Merrick LaCall?
Yeah.
Oh, this person's like, I've never had the pleasure. I've seen him like periodically though.
Well, I mean, you've got to have heard about, his little thing with the one they call a captain.
And they'll kind of like think about it. He probably hasn't heard of that. Merrick isn't a well-known.
Maybe an inside joke.
He's the youngest son of a pretty well-known family, but like, yeah, more of an inside joke.
Worth a shot.
And he'll kind of give you a questioning glance.
Sorry, inside joke.
He'll raise an eyebrow. He's got a little mustache.
Persuasion.
That twitches whenever he says something.
17.
17? That's actually really good. Okay. He'll give you like a bit of a furrowed brow, but he will tell you, basically give you the hours of when Merrick is working. In which case you'll know when he's returning back to the headquarters to basically just to return. So he's got the night shift, which is like the worst shift that you could possibly get. So he'll be back at headquarters come 5 a.m.
Can you tell me where he's patrolling? Or I'm just stopping to say hi.
You really shouldn't be bothering him on his patrolling route, and I don't know for sure where he'll be on this route at this time, and he'll write out
patrols get.
He'll write out like a quickie map on like a scrap piece of paper, and it'll be basically let's just roll a d6 to find out what ward he's patrolling. okay. He'll be in the Pennies ward, and he's just doing quick rounds of certain streets, and he'll write out the streets. You don't really know where it is, but you're sure you can track it down with this information. So you can take that and go, and he'll be there. He'll be returning to the headquarters at 5 a.m., but he should be doing his rounds between between 7 and 5 a.m. He'll be doing the rounds on these streets.
Okay. So you said it's like 8 o'clock now?
About 8 o'clock, yeah.
Okay. I'd probably search for like 3 or 4 hours, and if I don't find him, I'll go back and then wait till morning.
A DC, if you're spending that much time, give me a DC 14 perception check. No, DC 14. Just
survival?
Tracking those streaks.
Survival check? Tracking?
Survival check.
Tracking?
It's survival? Not really tracking, it's more just keeping an eye out for this dude. So perception check as you're looking around.
It's worth a shot. My perception is +0, so I'm stuck with whatever I roll.
Because it'll just be kind of like luck of the draw, picking him out of the crowd as he's doing his rounds as a walker.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be with a partner, but and to be honest, you don't know what he looks like either, so it'll be even harder. So let me up that to a 16, and with a verbally given description by this dude who doesn't know him very well, you'll try to pick him out of a crowd. Walkers don't have a specific uniform; they're supposed to be kind of like just normal walker abouters. Mm-hmm. And so go ahead, give me DC 16 and see if you succeed tonight.
Okay.
Ooh.
18.
Okay, so nearing on the end of the couple hours, and you're kind of like, I'm probably gonna head back now. You do pick out someone who has actually, give me the description of Merrick. You tell me what he looks like.
Okay. I think I wrote something down. I think something like tall, weirdly pale for a Talon, and very, very blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
So tall.
So you see this white blonde hair, light. Like a guy who's sticking out of the crowd, and the guy told you he's really pale. He's like very, very white in comparison to everyone who's normally got this deep tan that Talons just have. Everything, and somehow he's avoided it. You do see that he's not quite sunburned anymore, though. You could see that like his cheeks are like ruddy in the way that like he's probably been sunburned a lot in his life. But you see him at this distance, and you're like, that's a pale dude. That has to be the guy. And he's like keeping an eye on what looks to be a couple suspicious people coming out of a shop. It's late and dark and everything, and there's another guy that's leaning next to him, just keeping an eye on things, making sure things aren't untoward. But you can approach him if you'd like.
You said he's got someone with him?
Yeah, the person with him, it's a female walker. She's got some deep, like reddish brown hair. More brown than red, but it's got that reddish hue to it that you can catch in the flickering torchlight next to the shop. And she's just leaning against the wall, and she seems to be keeping track of what he's doing more so than what the person that he's watching is doing. She seems to be kind of like overseeing him. A little bit older than this kid Merrick is.
Okay. So I'll just kind of like cautiously approach him. Merrick Lickle.
And he'll kind of be startled, not expecting someone to call out to him, and he'll turn to you kind of askance, and I'm sorry, do I know you? Eyes darting back to the untoward figures.
I'm Nora.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Jaskier Ven told me to ask you how the captain is.
Haven't heard that name for a long time. Wait, say that again? What?
told me to ask you how the captain is.
You see a bit of like just a dusting of like red on his cheeks that's like made a little bit redder with the orange firelight of the torch. And the female behind him comes over, claps a hand on his shoulder, and she's like, "Ha! I knew it. She's gonna like, come on, don't bother him on his rounds." And she's gonna shove him a bit, and he's like, do I know? You know Jaskier? And he's gonna talk to you as he's kind of like walking backwards, following after his overseer.
Jess, he's my, not mine. We're friends.
Wait,
friends.
what?
Sorry, rambling.
Wait, you're friends of Jaskier, and he's getting a little farther away.
I'm following. Yeah. Friends. Yeah, friends. Sorry, I'm rambling. Can I buy you a drink? Not like now or in like a date way. You apparently need to clarify that around here.
This isn't social hour, Merrick. Tell her to go away. I'm so sorry. She's not the greatest with people. Shut up. Sorry. Okay. I can totally meet you. Separate time. Sometime in the afternoon when I'm off. Tomorrow, and he'll just shout out a random here, I'll roll for it. He'll just shout out, just meet me at the Flask Clink.
Okay, afternoon. Sounds good.
See you then. Jaskier's friend. He'll like kind of be like chuckling to himself as he walks away.
Okay. That did not go nearly as badly as I thought it could have gone. And not as great as it could have gone. Okay.
And I'm walking back.
Yes, so heading back to the Crier Ward. Give me another 2 silver, by the way, passing between wards. What's it called? Yeah. Okay, so.
Man, we're going to become poor just from traveling in the city.
Just from traveling.
Do they have like a monthly membership pass? You just put, like a Metro card?
Yeah. Like a Metro card or
They're probably
an easy pass.
If you guys want to look into that, you guys could go to what's it called?
Really should.
Somewhere in the console ward, more likely. But you guys can bet down.
How long did that take me?
Yes, is she gone? How long is she gone?
How long were you planning on looking for?
I said like 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours? It took you 2. So
Okay.
It was about 10 p.m.
So
or
like
so
10.
when you actually got to talk to him.
Okay. So I probably actually could I no, I'll wait I'll wait for everyone to see about the pass thing. Or no, I'm already here. Can I look into that?
Sorry. Penny's Ward is where you're at, looking for him and everything. You wouldn't have.
That's right. That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, you would have to cross back to the console ward. But even then,
there.
they're probably closed at 10 p.m. Most things in this
mind.
kind of city will close around 6 or 7, like sunset time frame.
Never mind. Then. Head back at 10.
What
was the name of the inn he told me?
He told you the Clank and Flask, not an inn, more of a tavern.
Okay.
Asking around, you would discover that the Clank and Flask is located within the. No, that's going to be in the console ward. It'll be more of like a military.
How the heck do you spell that?
Tanker console. CAHNSAL. Console. It's a word. It's based on a word that means security. It's based on a word that means security.
Cool. That's all.
Crier Ward, based on a word that means creations. Anyway, moving on.
That's cool.
Evenings for you guys. bedding down, nothing untoward, even though you do keep watch, as you've said. Yes?
I was gonna recommend that we find a different like inn or something to bed down in, because they've already found us here once. So
That might be a
Could
good
we?
idea.
Could we possibly? I was
You
planning
guys
on
could find a new inn.
taking. I was gonna take Nemo with me because people just listen to him for some reason. I can't figure it out, but people listen to him for some reason. So I'm gonna take him with me and see about possibly getting our money back, because we were robbed and one of our friends was killed in their inn last night.
You don't even have to roll for it. That's such a freak situation. He would give you your money back straight up. Like, he wouldn't even argue. This would be I'm giving you you don't like publicize the fact that your friend was killed here, because that would really hurt our business.
Oh, I forgot something. Dang it. Okay, I'll have to get to that tomorrow, because Mrs. Feller is definitely gone for the night.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Feller definitely is.
Okay.
Keep
that later.
Keep in mind, Karhale, it will take you 2 days, consecutive days, entire day of brewing for the potions, the healing potions. For Bibliobaka, that alone will take you, focusing on that alone, more than 2 days, because it's a more expensive, more difficult potion. The amount of time you're going to need for each
the ones I'm making, for the ones I'm making, can you just tell me them so I can write them down?
So Bibliobaka. So healing potions, first off, it'll take you 2 days, and you can work on both at the same time. I'll say that you can do the same thing separately for multiple different, you can do all of them within those 2 days.
You said, sorry,
all at the same time. Mm-hmm.
I have a note for the healing draught, and it says 1 day's work for 4 applications.
For the healing draught, this is a healing potion.
Yes. Oh. I thought those were the same thing.
Totally different. Healing draught would have been so much cheaper too. You're making actual regular healing potions stuff.
Oh shoot, I can do that?
You can do that as long as you have access to someone who can cast Cure Wounds, which you do. Nemo can cast Cure Wounds. You'll have to have him for the 2 days of making. I thought you knew this. I thought you looked it up or something on your own. Okay, so you need someone who can cast Cure Wounds.
I thought I was
you know how to
make.
You can do the recipe yourself, or you can do the other material things yourself. But you'll need Nemo to work with you for 2 straight days to work on brewing these 4 healing potions.
Okay,
this will be straight healing potions.
Out of trouble.
You text me your notes on the healing potion that I can put in my doc.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know separately for the sake of brevity then. But it'll take you longer to brew wolf hyssop, longer to brew aga petal, all these things. It's cheaper because you're going to be spending time to make them. So things that are rare are going to take more like a week and a half, 2 weeks, stuff like that to brew them, which means you'll have to have uninterrupted brewing time, which is more the reason that you would want a separate brewing station where you wouldn't be disturbed and your brewing wouldn't be disturbed and stuff like that. So all that to say, you could do this in the kitchens, you could do this somewhere, you could go out into the middle of the desert and stuff and do it out there, but you would be at the mercy of nature and stuff.
Meta, I was going to ask Mrs. Feller if I could have a corner of the kitchen. There was a little bit of bribery involved.
It'll take a good amount of bribery in the sense that you're going to have to take up her kitchen for long periods of time. Long.
Could I take a little corner of the kitchen, or would I need
but you'll still be in her kitchen for days. You will have to coming in and out, make sure that one of her little places to cook things is taken up that entire time, stuff like that. It's gonna cost you money.
I have a very sweet and thoughtful gift in addition to a bribe.
Ooh, okay. So we'll have you roll for this then. But maybe come next session.
Yeah,
but
I was intending to.
It will take time to do these things. So you'll probably want to decide what you want to do first. stuff like that.
I want to do the Aga petal first. How long will that one take me?
Aga petal will be, that's a rare item, so that's gonna be 2 weeks of time
2 weeks
to brew.
Ooh, dang.
Same thing with the what's the word? What's the term? Wolf hyssop. Wolf hyssop will take 2 weeks to brew.
What if I do all 3 of those? If I'm doing all 3 of the batches at the same time,
you won't be able to focus on all 3 of them. They're 3 different things to set up.
Okay.
Just because they're such expensive things, basically, and you're cutting the price a lot, you're spending time instead. So that's why you would want to pay the high price, just so that you would be able to have it at easy at hand stuff. But it takes so long to brew things. Anyway, Baby Obaka, though, it'll only take 1 week. And that's because it's less rare. And then, Baby Obaka. And then Assassin's Enelica, if you seek that out eventually and finally get it, that will take you only a week as well. Even though it's still pretty expensive, it'll only take you a week.
Okay. Okay, I honestly don't know if I would have gotten the Aga petal if I'd known it would take 2 weeks.
If you want to rewind and say that you didn't get it and everything, totally fine. And you can just mark that you still have that.
Because I thought it was going to be like 3 days, maybe a week.
No, not for expensive. Nope. Okay. Magical things take forever for enchanting, and potions like that.
It's
forever.
Fair. It's true.
Okay. Can I think on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally can think on it. I think we can wind down for the session now. We're almost at 4 hours itself. So for the end of the day, I would say for the coming days, anything you guys want to do that will take more time, like research and evidence, like the research evidence thing, that's going to take you a couple days to sort through and figure out, so that like you guys we can decide what you guys are going to do, and then kind of just for the sake of brevity cut through to the end of passage of days and stuff, because she's going to be brewing for a bunch of days, and then you guys will probably, Kanari will probably be training for multiple days at the monastery and whatnot.
I had some research that I was going to ask Inala if she could look into for me.
Perfect. That'll take you a couple days to do.
And probably the papers that we got from Lady L's lair, so that way we can look through those finally, hopefully.
I have a list of questions for Inala.
Okay.
Boy.
A couple of them have sub-questions.
Some places for you to do that. Nemo, same thing. Yeah, so we'll come to this next session, guys. Fun times. Kind of a shopping episode. Always fun.
Shopping episode.
Pressing.
So when are we doing next?
Shopping episode.